Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of Critical Role, where a bunch of us nerdy-ass voice actors sit around and play Dungeons & Dragons. We are back. We've missed you guys. Hope you've had a decent break. We have mostly rejuvenated with what time we had. Hopefully we'll catch up the rest before the end of the world. But we've missed you. We're happy to be back. And before we get into tonight's session, we have some announcements to go through. So we'll go ahead and jump in with our first of two sponsors tonight, Skillshare. Sam.
Goo goo gaga! It's me, the cutest green guy in the galaxy, Baby fucking Yoda! And speaking of stars, I'm the fucking #1 celebrity in Hollywood! Who would have thought a 50-year-old man baby would be the toast of this town? A couple of months ago, I couldn't even get an audition for NCIS New Orleans, but now my phone's ringing off the fucking hook! My agents, Joel and Barry at the Death Star, sorry, CAA, got all kinds of meetings lined up. They're like, oh, Yoda baby, NBC wants to reboot Alf. Kevin Hart is asking you to play his brother in Jumanji 3. And we're trying to get Scarlett Johansson to co-star in a sexy remake of Look Who's Talking. No. But I'm like, come on, fellas. Do or do not, there is no try. Meetings don't pay the rent, you know? We need to put the green in green lit. So I told my agents to book me some commercial work to tide me over, which is why they booked me on this dumb show to read your fucking ad. So here we go. Our brand new sponsor this week is Skillshare. An online learning community with thousands of classes covering dozens of creative and entrepreneurial skills for the curious mind. A premium membership gives you unlimited access to all of Skillshare's classes and everything from personal productivity to in-depth courses on art, animation, photography, and more. Classes, huh? Hold up. Note, pitch remake of Legally Blonde about a baby Yoda who gets into Harvard called Legally Green. Skillshare! Skillshare is also incredibly affordable, with annual subscriptions starting as low as $10 a month. And for used critters, Skillshare is offering a special 2-month free trial when you check out their classes at skl.sh/criticalrole. Don't forget that URL. Don't forget. Hold up. Note, reach out to Keanu to do a remake of a Walk to Remember called Ewok to Remember.
Oh, Ewok
to Remember. Hey, Baby Yoda says, thanks to Skillshare for joining the show. Now get my agent on the phone. No, hey, I'm a child.
Why does it look like you shoved your face in an airplane toilet?
I was told this was green. Okay. I may have been misinformed.
They were colorblind. Yeah.
Baby Yoda out! Back to you, Matt!
Well, welcome back, Sam. Happy to have you back.
That was my least favorite ad you've ever done.
Wow.
Really? I feel like a few have been worse.
Oh no, I can definitely think of worse.
It's Baby fucking Yoda, guys! Who doesn't love Baby fucking Yoda?
You need a stogie.
I do need a stogie. Next time.
Next time.
This is like straight out of
don't say there's a next time.
I mean, Ewok to Remember might be your best joke. I'm a fan and I want that movie. Can we make it?
Don't say it too loud. You're making enough new Star Wars content. It'll show up on Disney Plus. Thank you, Sam, and thank you, Skillshare, for your fantastic sponsorship. Our second sponsor tonight are our returning friends for the entirety of Campaign 2, D&D Beyond. For those like that. Those of you who have, no, it's great. No, fanfare is good. Those of you who haven't had a chance to check it out, D&D Beyond is a fantastic online digital tool set for creating player characters, NPCs, keeping track of monsters, spells, campaign notes, the whole shebang. It's great. They have bundles for D&D books out there and just a great community for homebrew content as well. Go ahead and check them out at dndbeyond.link/criticalrole. And thank you guys for supporting our show. Really appreciate it. So as a heads up too, a couple quick announcements beyond that. Critical Recap, our episode by episode breakdown of our campaign, has moved to written form now. So easier for you guys to watch at work, actually. So check out Danny Carr's incredible summaries every Wednesday on critroll.com. We also wanted to take a moment to bring awareness to 2 major emergencies that have happened recently and encourage all of you guys who have the opportunity and the capability to do so to support reputable organizations that are doing work to help people in Puerto Rico who are suffering from the recent earthquake, people who are in Australia that are currently dealing with the terrible fires there that are still ravaging it. It's been a massive effort for people both helping communities in both places. And if you are able to, please go ahead and attempt to make a donation to one of the many nonprofit organizations that are helming a lot of the positive aspects of recovery in these places. We've done a little post on the Crit Roll Twitter outlining one article that has a good example of those there, so check it out if you don't have a source yet, and if you have, thank you very much for your support in helping these people. I think that's it as far as announcements go. So, with that, let's ring in 2020.
Bring it back. Come back in a minute.
With tonight's episode of Critical Role.
Beside you, your nerdy best friends, and the DM to guide you, and they rise from the flames for the battles ahead. Villains beware, 'cause you're about to be dead. They got magic and flair, they got falchions and cunning, they don't see over there, there's a monster incoming. Inspiration is waiting, rise up, don't think twice. Put your fate in your hands, take a chance, roll the dice. Can you answer the call, digging deep in your soul? As the legend unfolds, now it's your turn.
And welcome back.
Yes!
You got it.
The year has begun.
First point of 2020.
First point of 2020 goes to Liam. God damn it. There's more the unexpected volume, I think, that got me more than the content. So, it was very aggressive.
It's about quantity, guys, not quality.
That's very not true.
Slap.
So, last we left off, the Mighty Nine, after foiling the plot of the cult of the Angel of Irons and its unknown following of Tharizdun, had found themselves uneasily drawn into the throne room of King Dwendal himself. During this time, your involvement with the Kreen dynasty during this war between the two nations came to light, and you were asked, as part of essentially proving this supposed loyalty that you claim to have to the Empire, to reach out on their behalf to negotiate or to convince them to come to some sort of a parlay, a negotiation to possibly bring this war to lesser terms or to an end. You are at your own pace on this after being assigned under Martinet Ludinus Deleth, the head of the Cerberus Assembly, and was said, whenever you need to, but the longer you wait, the more tension lies behind this temporary ceasefire between the two nations. You had a run-in with Trent Ikathon, confirmed that it seemed that they had an additional beacon that, from your research, you found seemed to have actually been uncovered out near Pride's Call, and were planning to return this beacon to the dynasty as part of this negotiation, while seemingly keeping one for themselves, possibly. You decided in your break time to make some purchases, make some orders, get a bone flute, order a bone harp, order a jeweled chalice, and get involved in some underground fighting, in which You put some money down. Beauregard beat up an older gentleman.
Yeah.
2 paladins went head to head, and it did not end in Ford's favor. And Yasha worked through some physical therapy.
I forgot about that.
Bloodied and sore, your friends picked you up, and we left off as you made your way out of the butchery that hides this underground fight pit. Made your way back to the inn to wrap up the evening and get some rest to recover and lead to the following day, to whatever your endeavors may be. So, is there any business you want to deal with when you return to the Kemaruth cottage, or do you want to move on to the morning?
I'm good to fall asleep and just lick my wounds.
All right, you guys all head to your, you don't have to be respective rooms,
As a healer, you really shouldn't lick them, though. It's.
I thought saliva was like quite clean.
Yeah, no? Like sterile?
I think
Isn't that what they say?
isn't that like a dog?
You're thinking of urine.
Oh, yes, definitely pee on your wounds. But don't lick them. Yeah, if you can pee on them, I don't know. It might be difficult, but.
Unless you have a dog to pee on them? Or wait, no, a dog to lick
pee
them.
is not sanitary, no.
But a dog saliva? Never mind, we're overcomplicating.
But you can use urine of a dog for a jellyfish bite.
You can use people pee too for that.
as well.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah,
they bite?
Well, they have
Little
teeth.
Holy shit.
It's a whole jaw system that's underneath.
Wait,
I haven't studied much more.
What is this? What is going on? I missed something.
It's the anatomy of a
jellyfish
jellyfish.
bite Terrifying now. Parroted, clawed, fanged teeth.
It's a whole face underneath. You know, they lift it up and...
It's kind of cute.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to bed.
Same.
You guys clean those who are messes, clean yourselves up a bit and head to your rooms for the night to rest.
Stretch it out for us. That's the existential dread I'm here for. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was in the rotation, Matt.
You're still doing this.
I can't.
You're still doing this.
Still
doing it.
I'm still doing this. It's in the rotation.
All right.
I can't
Where's
change
that
the
picture
history.
from?
That was from the old studio. Yeah, that was like 2 years ago. Wow.
I don't even know anymore.
You just have a box, a closet of
I have 4 drawers of t-shirts.
4 drawers of that.
No, not all Matt. Some are me.
How's Q feel about that?
She doesn't need to know about those.
Have like a hidden trap drawer. All right.
Spice life.
As you guys make your way to your rooms to rest for the night, you find yourselves resting carefully. You awaken the next morning, recovered and ready for the day. Breakfast is prepared and purchasable, should you wish, as that was not part of your terms of staying here under the assembly in the kingdom. But for the majority of you to eat for the morning, it's not too bad. I'd say I'd put you to about 4 or 5 silver for everyone.
I got it.
The investors got it.
Jester's jumping up.
Do you do fasted cardio in the morning, or is it like eat and then work out?
No. Fasted cardio. Absolutely.
We just ate.
Yeah.
You were working out before this? You skipped a day?
Yeah.
Got it, okay. Just make sure you let me know.
Okay,
all right.
okay. Sometimes I'll just do some like push-ups in the room. That's kind of just what I did today.
While you still have like dragon breath?
God, I never thought about that. Maybe I should ask the girls if that's a problem.
I mean, it's
Is it a problem?
right now, yeah, I'm just letting you know. Maybe like brush your teeth, then work out, then eat.
Thank you for telling me. Not a lot of people would. I'm just very honored.
Okay.
Okay, sorry.
Do we own toothbrushes? doesn't say in my equipment on D&D Beyond. I don't brush these.
You go to a blacksmith to get some toothbrushes, possibly? I don't know.
Charcoal paste? You hear all this dragging of heels to get to the actual story?
So, meal is had, day is yours. What would you like to do?
How long was it going to take for the chalice to be made?
I think she said a day or two.
2 days or something. Okay.
So we should go talk to, what's his butt? Shit, I've forgotten everything.
What, Ludinus?
Yes. Is it time to liaise with Ludinus?
I don't think so.
About what?
I think
What
We're
would we
supposed to
say
go to
to
Bright Queen, right?
yeah, on our time we make our way to the dynasty.
Oh.
Yeah, I think he had sent you to the dynasty
getting
to
caught
check into this and then return to him once you had informed him of what the decision was.
Dude, add a couple months to that. Oh. Why I never know what the fuck is going on.
Get hit in the head a lot.
It's almost like a normal D&D game.
No, we were wasting 2 days of time here in Rexingtrum for reasons.
We're making a chalice
That's it.
for...
That's it.
And
Before
I
you
have
go,
something
please.
that I'm gonna pick up at the store as well.
Oh,
And then we
well,
head
should
out.
we go? Is it day 3 now? Should we go pick up these items?
No, stay too.
I mean, like, are they ready?
Is it day 2?
Well, since the order was put in, it's been a day.
Oh, fucking
Put that
shit.
one more day.
Should we go check in? Maybe they finish early and they just give that leeway time.
Do you need more arrows made or anything? Are you all right on your
I'm good.
bolts? All
I'm
right.
good.
I mean,
What are we going to tell the Bright Queen?
That's a good question.
Because that is not the stolen beacon that we saw.
Oh, I mean, they're all stolen, aren't they?
Not necessarily. I haven't told you guys this because I rushed back from the library because we were gonna go kick some ass. Okay, so I did some crazy amount of research at the Cobalt Soul and I looked into that Pride's Call thing with an archaeological dig where they were saying that Trent was saying, that he dug up the thing. That's actually legit.
Oh.
That's true, because the Cobalt Soul has tapped into a lot of the archaeological digs in order to kind of try and keep them as neutral or as Cobalt Soul involved realistically as possible. So they actually did uncover another beacon.
Oh, so they're
at
not telling the
Pride's Call.
truth.
No, they're definitely not. And that makes sense because, you went up to the beacon that we took a look at.
It seemed legit. Yeah,
But did it look different?
There's no way it is. It can't be.
Did it look different? Did it look different?
So,
Oh, he said it looked the same. He said it looked...
It looked fairly similar to the one that you had previously had. Like you didn't have a basis of comparison side to side to see if they were same. The handle work, I believe, on it looked different than the one that you were
said it looked
carrying.
slightly smaller.
Slightly smaller, but like overall, it had the same power, the same general shape.
come on. The Bright Queen is going to be able to tell the difference between her stolen beacon and the not stolen beacon. She can probably like tap into its energy and some shit and just like sense from afar and like read it and be like, that's not it.
Yeah, or as soon as she tries to tap into it, it explodes and kills all of them and us included.
I mean, that's it.
That's all I feel, yeah.
Well,
We
no,
need to
but-
examine it quite carefully.
Well, from what I researched, the sinkhole at Pride's Call, it's from these old ruins from a pre-calamity city called Schottengrad. Oh, fuck yes, God.
It's like a book over here. It's trying to box.
Wow, you went like full Tedis Preston Esquire there. Billis Preston, I think Ted Theodore Logan. Ted Theodore Logan, that's what
I
it was.
can't remember what we said. This is Dynasty side or over here? Over
This
there?
side.
This
side?
is
Just north of
near
Pride's
this is
Call.
near Comorta.
So
Pride's Call
one
is
of
the
these
dwarven
things
city.
was dug up in an archaeological dig.
Yeah, and I had dates.
Supposedly, there have been two that were taken from the dynasty.
Right.
One of them you returned. The other they're saying they're willing to return.
Right.
And she's uncovered that there is a new one that has been recovered by a dig here on the Empire side.
Yeah, so Schottengrad, they were like super into like arcane weaponry, And that's a lot of the stuff that they've uncovered in this archaeological dig. And this was uncovered like a couple weeks ago or something. Isn't that
The one that we were
a couple
shown?
weeks ago?
Yeah.
So there's two.
So there's
Where's the other?
Well, there's now a third one. The one
Right,
we
the one we
recovered,
recovered.
the one that's missing, and now this one.
But we don't know where the third one is.
No.
It could be
with
in
the-
Pride Rock, whatever it's called. Pride's Call.
No, because they got the one from Pride's Call.
Yeah.
And I will say I was paying attention to that guy, and he was telling the truth
Trent Igathon was telling the truth?
very carefully.
Yeah.
I was someone who was really thinking about everything that they were putting forward. That was nothing idle about that
So
that
far,
guy.
all of my research has told us that what Caduceus is saying is correct.
And there are 3 that we know of.
Yeah.
There's probably more.
There's
Could be
probably more based on what I could recover that far.
Also, the fact that one of them was recovered here in the Empire says something about the nature of these things. If they predate the calamity, as what we have uncovered.
From what you've
above
researched
regard.
and the religion and the Luxon's presence, they predate the Pantheon.
Yeah.
Wow.
So they are not something that are, it's the dynasty's bag, but it's these things are not exclusive, right?
Whoa.
It's not something that they, forged or created. It's something that they
Found.
and
more are still being
embraced.
found. Yeah.
It's like maybe the earth grows them.
Maybe.
Well, look, I don't think we try and knock it all out in one trip. I mean, I think we need to go and obviously share the information because she has a bunch of powerful fucking mages that will make sure we're telling the truth, right? We got that impression the last time. But I think we share. She probably looks at us like we're crazy. We tell her to believe us, and then we go from there.
We tell her about the one that was uncovered.
Yeah, and then we probably get locked up. And then they let us out, and they're like, "Are you sure you're telling the truth?" We're like, "Yes," and they lock us up again. And then they let us back out, and she's like, "Are you sure? Have you had time to think about this?" And we're like, "No, yeah, we're telling the truth."
Many things. I mean, we are all worried about the idea that this is, an ambush of some sort, and we've tried to mitigate that by putting it in a neutral location. But we obviously need to be on guard about this. A question I have, I don't know the answer to yet, is whether we are going to be completely honest about that fact.
Well, I think that's my kind of ultimate question. Ford is saying, yeah, you mean to the Bright Queen?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ford saying, you're talking about which part?
Well, I would like to ease tensions, and part of me feels like the best thing to do is to be completely forthright with her, but that hardly seems like it would broker a peace.
No, you're right. I don't even know if...
It might ingratiate us to her, but that does nothing for the conflict.
I mean, I suppose it furthers the conversation, which I think is the part I'm most interested in. It doesn't seem like they are speaking at all, yes? Dynasty doesn't trust Empire, Empire doesn't trust Dynasty, and they're not talking, they're just fighting. So maybe at least the conversation, if we can bring them to the same place, bomb in tow or not, maybe at least a dialogue could happen? I mean, they've got to work together, especially with evidence of larger things afoot. I mean, if they knew that Tharizdun was out there, the Chained Oblivion had, shackles in the Empire, I'm sure there's one in the Dynasty and all these other places. I mean, we need to find a way to put petty shit, continental shit, but petty shit aside.
Making a street check. Beauregard?
All right, it's fine. 18.
18. It doesn't come up often, but from more of just your passing knowledge and study that you recall on terms of warfare and such, even through conflict, it's not uncommon for there to be emissaries that do meet at times to attempt to weirdly work out aspects after battles or see if there are points that can be discussed or tension can be loosened. That's not always the case, especially if tensions are very high. You don't know if that's the case here. You do know that how this was presented to you is not because there hasn't been communication, but because of the relationship you have with the Bright Queen. The king believes that if you might have a better chance of bringing it to a serious parley as opposed to just a conversation between emissaries.
Sitting in your second, see if they can set the record straight.
Yeah.
That's kind of, I relay all that.
But Daleth was sweating in that room. He was on edge. Nothing should be taken at face value.
Does it seem reasonable to, at the very least, air our, I don't want to say concerns necessarily, but our, just say what we know, say that we don't know if there's more that we don't know, but it's worth a cautious optimism?
I think so.
I think so too.
It's a low possibility of success, but I think we go into this and be honest with her. Even about our doubts and suspicions with the people that we are representing. And forthright with our hope that despite possible subterfuge, that there could be positive benefit gained here and it could be a start. We also need to get our hands on the delivery and do our best to inspect it.
I think that's one of our... I mean, they already showed it to us once. Or do you think Trent will let us see it again?
We're gonna go steal it?
We can go steal it. Me and Nott can do that.
Oh my god. That's what you're pulling out of all of this? The most chaotic possible thing?
Oh, that's what we do best.
Steal things.
Steal things and solve mysteries.
Get in and out of the house without a trace.
Exactly.
No lives taken.
No lives taken, no holes in the floors, no things on fire, nothing.
No, we're fine. We're good.
We have time. We'll pick up the items here. We can also pick up your braziers and Jorhas. We can talk to the Bright Queen and then figure out next steps before your event is coming up, is it not?
Traveler Con 3000.
When did the 3,000 get involved? That's new, right?
The 1,000's here.
It's extra special.
836.
Soon.
Is it the 3,000th one?
Yeah.
It's 3,000 is just so you guys know how cool it is.
Oh, it's like a hype number.
That's like Andre 3000.
Yeah.
Got it.
That does make it sound so much more cool.
Right?
Yeah.
Is it the 3rd Traveler Con or like the 10th?
Yeah. Do you guys have like Roman numerals?
As far as I know, I mean, this is the first time we've ever done this.
The inaugural?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I didn't even know that a lot of other people really knew about him outside of me until we were traveling around and stuff.
Oh, right, your pamphlets, yeah.
Who's gonna do the keynote speech?
Wait a second.
Me?
It's gotta be you, right?
I mean, yeah, I'm the most special follower that
Do you know
have.
how many roughly you can expect at Traveler Con? Is it like 50,
Well,
100,
how big is the
200?
volcano? Because we have to fit inside of it.
Pretty big.
No, I know the maximum, but what if we show up and there's only like 8 people there?
Well, there's definitely going to be at least 8.
It's not an active volcano that you have to be inside of, right? A dormant volcano is still all right.
I don't know much about this volcano
And you're-
specifically.
But your patron has not given you a sense of...
God? You mean?
Patron means God.
Oh, I thought it was just like a person that gave you money.
I thought he was patronizing you.
It really did.
I mean, that could also
Gauging you.
You know,
Thought I was confused. Now I'm really confused.
get context.
What about him?
Has not given you a sense of how many more...
Patron's a person that
You have...
Well-
You know so many things through him. He gives you such fantastical abilities.
Yeah.
Has he imparted what to expect, or...
He said that. No, he hasn't told me much about it.
But gods are mysterious.
But he said I helped him choose what it's going to be, you guys.
That's a very important position then.
I mean, like, I'm basically his right-hand man.
Yeah. Well,
And
we can't.
so-
We have to show up. I mean, you're essentially the...
Obviously, which reminds me, I think I need to talk to
Bridesmaid.
Orderly or something, because we need a boat there. A ship.
like the normal ship, like the Ball Eater, or a larger ship?
Well, it's got to fit us.
Just for us.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how the other people are going to get. Oh, God, should I be organizing transportation for other people?
If he didn't tell you to do that, then no.
I'm going to pull out my notebook and make a note to ask the traveler later if I
Is he
should
giving
ask
you like
for transportation.
a per diem? or like some sort of petty cash system. I feel like that would be useful.
To
as
like
well.
decorate and stuff?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, if you don't know your
gotta
duties, I mean, you might be responsible for decor, flowers.
I'm definitely
Gifts?
going to write a speech just to be sure,
Yeah.
because I'm probably going to have to make the like.
Lanyards, you know, like special badges.
There's so many things. That I
Sunday
have to
only.
do.
Nobody wants those, but I
What
mean,
happens at a con 3000? Do people come and speak or do special
I mean,
things?
like people come and they'll probably, they'll all be like, "Oh my God, Jester, we've heard so much about you," because Traveler talks about you all the time and stuff. You know, so they'll probably be really excited.
Is it like food and events?
I don't know for sure. I think we all will get together and then we'll be like, "Oh my God, let's all talk about how great the Traveler is." And outside of that, I don't really know what to expect.
what if they bring weapons? Do they have to do they get the little orange markers on them to show that, you know, they're not dangerous?
Well,
Or
they are.
Tie?
zip tie them to the people's
Right,
belts?
Yeah. Maybe I should get some zip ties.
So many questions.
So many I should really talk to the Traveler about all of this.
Maybe it's a leap of
Maybe-
faith he is expecting you to take.
Maybe you should make a performance with your bone flute.
That'd be so good.
I mean, I can do that. I was saving that for something else, but we can.
Maybe you guys should practice together, and then you can
harp as well?
There's
like
gonna be a
you
harp,
play
so
your
that'll
harp,
be
and then
okay.
he plays the flute.
I think we should practice a song.
I could play
together, maybe.
piano.
I'm all right
I have
with
to
that.
get the piano there.
Okay, we could provide the music.
You're gonna get a piano in a volcano.
Maybe we can paint the piano as soon as we get to the volcano.
Oh, like paint it and it will appear.
Save a lot of shipping.
Able to conjure up a lollipop. Can you make piano?
That's a really good question.
Maybe
I've never tried.
This will be the first performance of Yasha
Should
and
I
the Orphan
try?
Makers.
Yeah. Maybe
Okay, I'm
you
going to
guys
try.
could play Jester out as she comes out to do her keynote speech.
Yes, we could give you a what do they call those? Barking?
A patron.
No, like when someone's
seal?
like when someone is coming into a room and you
barker?
say
Oh, like a...
barking.
Please
a
come in.
barking.
Yeah.
A barker.
A barking.
Yeah. We can play a song for you to come into the room to meet the Traveler and everyone.
A barking.
It's just
A barking.
Well, we got really distracted from our plans
I'm
of
going to
saving the
cast
world.
spiritual weapon, and I'm going to conjure a piano.
All right. As you focus, what level you cast it as? Second level.
I don't want to.
Just kind of like pinkish energy swirls and sparkles into this like little toy piano. That kind of in the air.
You get like this much.
It's about that big.
Casio SK1 style.
What color?
Pink.
Pink and pinkish purple.
Yeah.
Can I try playing it? I'm gonna try to play it.
Jazz number one.
It's kind of weird immaterial. It's not the best sound. It's not tuned well. Make a performance check.
Dungeons and Dragons.
The skull whistle is going to be a fucking
Oh, it's
thing.
gonna sound so good with this. Woo! 18.
You know, as opposed to being like a nightmarish, discordant, toy piano being tussled with by a kid in the back of the antique store, it's more like your cute pixie manic girl on YouTube who decided, not an ook today, toy piano.
It's got a charm.
It looks like there are buttons too for like drum beats or something.
And I know we got sidetracked, but do you have like an expectation? Like, do you have a goal or like a hope, a wish coming out of this that like you?
I got nothing. All I know is that he told me to be there, so I got to be there.
Oh, you're a holy man now, Ford. You understand that when your god asks you to go somewhere and do something
just do
for
it.
them, you just do it.
As long as they're not a giant sea snake that's asking you to. Oh, Katawa.
I mean, we don't even know if it was a sneeze snake. All right, it was just.
What's a sneeze snake?
Snake 2020.
It is a creature known.
Is a sneeze snake different from a sea snake?
It is. Yeah, one is venomous, one is not.
He's a
little bit like a
sneaker.
sneeze stack.
And the other one has a sneeze on his face.
Well, good night, everybody.
Day 2.
Is it morning still?
Wait, was this morning or are we still talking in the hall?
It is now late evening.
This
was breakfast.
Yeah. It's been broke. So imagine all that, but like half chewed food and half of the words.
We're waiting for a chalice. We're waiting for a harp before we
We gotta
leave.
waste a fucking day again. So
What are we doing?
So what are we doing?
We can't just say we want a day to go by.
We have to wait a day.
We can say the day goes
Day
by.
passes.
Unless we want to do anything.
The only place that we could possibly go is to visit Astrid.
Why would we do that?
Well, we haven't done it
Yeah,
yet.
I
We
mean,
should do it.
Or go to Pride's Rock and see what.
Pride's cool.
That's far.
Oh, it's far.
Yeah,
we'd have to bamf there.
We have teleport.
I think that's why we were taking the time.
I don't know if he doesn't have a circle to go to
all
Pride's
sorts of things.
Yeah, let's go to Pride's Call.
Wait, what? No, wait.
Oh.
How?
Can't you teleport us
No, he can't teleport us to a random place.
Can't Ludinus Deleth or somebody?
That feels possibly overcooked.
Well, then a day will go by.
Well,
Patron.
hang on. I could go back to the library, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
What?
The big one? Just the Empire?
Huh?
Give that a option.
Yeah.
But we need this. We can only return here. And Deleth is not, I don't think, going to send us to go sniffing about
Not without
where they found one of these things.
No, probably not.
And what are these things?
Yeah, what are they? Me and Caduceus were talking about it. They're either A, homegrown from the land, B, fell from the sky,
That's not bad.
C, made by somebody long time ago, D, I think this is the best answer, they're poop of some kind. Yes, but like god poop, you know? Like sometimes I'm sure
Like
the gods have to
petrified.
poop. What if that's why they all look different?
I would not want to pass one of those stones.
No, but gods are really big.
One day they had like a lot of meat, the other day lots of
Or like
veggies.
one is from, like
One day they were on a
The-
protein
one is from Cord, and the little
DM,
one
when
is from
when I went up to the last one, were there little bits of corn in it?
Jesus.
No.
Great.
No.
I don't think it's poop.
Well, it's an option.
What do you mean fell from the sky?
I don't know, like they fell like meteors or
Well,
something.
bodies of material do on occasion fall from the heavens.
I don't know how they would get the handles though.
Well, no, that's something that the dynasty has provided. I think I've thought the very same thing, that perhaps they are.
Maybe they just come as the stone, and then people have to make the handles so that when they touch them, they don't instantly get like in. Because right, when you touch it, you go in, right?
So do you think we learn something if we figure out like how deep into the earth they had to go to retrieve this thing, or if it was only like just underneath the surface?
I have a weird thought.
That sounds normal.
This is it's a little more serious. So if they found this thing underground, and it's been there for a while, and the Bright Queen said that they use this as sort of a, I don't know, like a place for souls to reside, I guess, or some such. There's.
Oh, yeah.
So what's in this one?
Oh, are there people in there?
The uncovered beacon?
Yeah.
I actually.
Oh, it's like fresh.
It's like old.
Old.
Do they? I don't. Do they all do the same thing?
I think so. They
Pretty
did
sure.
this- I mean, I don't know.
We do not know.
There's one way to find out.
What if?
We have a day. We could just sneak in and do some experiments on it and then sneak out.
Without getting killed.
See that place?
Yeah.
What if?
I can turn
What if
invisible.
Trent Ikidon was like? What if he stole souls from them? What if that's one of the bad things he was doing?
I'm not even sure he knows that they're in there. Really.
I think he does.
Well, I
We
mean,
should be
it's-
talking quieter then.
I think it's safe to assume that the assembly, or at least Trent and Vesterogna, that's Antiquities, correct?
Correct.
They would have done as much research and homework as possible. I think we should assume they know
Yeah.
what it does.
Bless you. The traveler blesses you.
What do the two of you need to break in? I'm about this plan.
I want to either break into tomorrow and just magically make it tomorrow, or go somewhere and break into something and
anywhere.
Well, I mean, I thought we needed to do some research.
I mean, you
to
already
this.
got some hats for us. They're really nice,
did?
by the way.
That was very weird considering that she wasn't wearing a hat when she
You just tugged on a horn.
But we could go check out that place if you wanted to.
They teleported us to that prison.
Oh, that's right. But he knows where it is. No, you don't know where it is, do you?
Do you know where it is?
Caleb?
Pride's.
No. The place where they're holding the beacon.
I mean, I could walk.
A terrible, creepy-ass place surrounded by iron
I would think
gates.
that I could walk everybody there.
compound.
but-
Sargassum Sanatorium, you could.
Yeah.
You know where it is based on your training with Trent before you were placed there, and then when you escaped it, you had to on foot head through the woods southwards.
How far is it? I mean, you've walked it.
Pull up the map. I'll show you.
Okay.
Oh, it's map length. It's not just like
No.
in Rexentrum.
No, it's outside.
So, we have over here, we have...
Oh, it's really far away from Rexentrum?
Where is Rexentrum?
Rexentrum's right
There we go,
in
thank you.
there.
Sorry. It's like right up in the mountains here.
Oh, shit.
In this region, the Pearl Brome Wilderness. So it's through the woods, about a day and a half travel, 2 days travel, if you know where to get there.
I do not think we should try to break into there. To kill a man to get out of it, it will mess with our timeline for what we are planning to do with the Bright Queen. It doesn't seem like an opportune time, and that place is as hard a nut as you'll find to crack.
Well, then let's take a mental health day, and then tomorrow we do stuff.
I mean, yeah, Caleb, if you want to go with me, I don't know what you're up to today or if you're going to be aloof again, but I was halfway through some research, but I was running out of time and didn't find much. Maybe you could help me.
Yeah, of course. I went to the library one time. I will go with you twice.
Dope.
Dope.
I'm going to work on this beard. I'm going to grow a beard today. I'm going to grow a beard in. Yep.
All right.
It's a choice.
Sure. Go for it.
I'm gonna go sit outside again somewhere and try to continue reading my book, which I have 17 hours left.
How's it going, by the way? How's that reading?
It's pretty good. It's
Page turner?
Yeah, it's a little bit dense.
Yeah.
But I got to some parts that seemed kind of weird. Like it was a little sexy.
Really?
Yeah.
Sounds interesting. I wonder.
It was like, talking about exercise, and then it was like other forms of exercise, and then there were these drawings. It was a little strange. It was like...
Were they like spotting each other? Like, making sure their form was correct?
Yeah,
or?
tell us all about it.
Yeah, it was like, it was talking about, two people working out, and then how they were getting very sweaty.
Yeah.
And then spotting each other, then...
Tell them the best part, though.
Well... I still have a lot more to read. I stopped right at the part where the guy was pulling off like very tight pants.
Yeah. They were getting in the way when he was squatting.
When he was squatting, and they burst open.
Yeah.
And then I
Talking about perineum, Sonny?
say again.
Perineum.
Perineum?
Perineum,
I've
son?
read about, they do this in Nicodranas on the coast. I've
I've read about
it.
this, yeah.
What's a perineum?
Is it perineum?
I read about it in this, yeah.
Sunning.
You can read about it in this, there's this elven woman named Gwyneth Paltrow. You can read about it on our blog.
It's your asshole.
No, it's not.
That is what that word means. And then you put the sun on it, apparently.
It's supposed to
It's a
make you
thing they
feel
do.
really good.
It's a thing they do in Nicodranas, for
They
sure.
put sun on their buttholes?
Well, they don't put it on, they just expose their buttholes to the sun. You can't put sun on your butthole.
That makes sense. But that's such a strange position to achieve. Of course. You've got to get your butthole as high as possible and then expose it.
Yeah.
Have you always asked a cleric that question? I'm just saying.
I mean, Pelor clerics have their own unique ways of praying to the Dawnfather.
I object. You absolutely can't put sun on your butthole in Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, sounds like
Let me show my piety.
yoga. That sounds like monk shit to me.
Yeah, it is interesting how the drawings are so different, though. You know.
Yeah, that's what that sunburst is right there.
Wow.
Oh, it's not a sun.
Wait, and that that book helps with your intellect?
It helps. Well, no, it's for fitness exercises and things. But he has like a little bit of a tent in his pants here.
I didn't think about. I mean, I'm sure whoever was writing those steamy sections didn't think about the fact that it would add to your time of reading.
Well, I do think,
but at least
you know,
it gives a little.
it is a form of exercise to have sexual relations as well.
Yeah, it's a good exercise.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
How many more hours do you want to spend reading?
Okay, 17 hours left.
You did get a night's rest, so you did manage to rest off your point of exhaustion.
I did. Okay. Boy, I guess I want to get this finished. So how much can I read? If I have 17 hours left.
17, a full 17 hours will put you back at 5 a.m. the next day.
Yeah.
You can do it, but you'll be
exhausted.
Another point of exhaustion if you go straight through.
Give it some time, Yasha.
Yeah, I think I'll just
Yeah, do it all
I'll
at
read
once, though.
maybe half.
Restart.
8.
Will that take, yeah.
Okay.
Or
8, 9 hours.
What time is it now?
Go for 9.
I'll go for 9.
Yeah, just so you have 8 left for the
There you
next
go.
day.
Yeah.
All right, so that'll be your thing for the day. You're going to research, the two of you.
Yeah. Anyone else want to go? Library? Caduceus?
You know what?
Jester?
Ooh, oh.
I'm
No
going to come to
pressure.
the library.
Yeah, I'll go to the library too, okay?
Are you feeling pressured because Caduceus said yes?
Well, I'm just wondering if there's books on like tarot reading or anything.
Smart.
There probably is. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Just, I don't need it, but I just thought that maybe it would be good to learn from somebody else, maybe.
Not what are you up to?
I'm gonna just do some shopping. Go to a stationery store.
Cool. Hey, if I give you some money, will you see if you can buy me some like darts or ninja stars or darts?
Yes, of course.
Or
yeah.
just something that's like cool to throw at
I will
people.
take your money and I will return with weapons.
Thank you. I give not.
Come on.
Wait, let me see. I give not 40 golds. That should be enough.
Yeah.
So reading,
Should be
researching, shopping, researching, bearding.
Yeah, but like I'm going to go get maybe a facial,
Okay.
like something.
Spa day.
Yeah. Take a little self-care.
Ford Spa Day.
No, too late. You're doing your shit.
No, but-
Spa for Ford.
I wanted to go to the spa, but I have hair oil.
Wait, from that creepy place?
Hey, man, it's been doing some good things. Look how long my hair has gotten.
I figured we'd do the spa tomorrow, right before we left, would be the way to
Look.
just wash
Let
the
me try
direction
the
trope
spa
out of our
first,
hair.
and then we'll put
Kill me!
Shut up. You want it?
No, I'm fine, thank you. Tonight, perhaps.
Sprinkle.
I'll double up on the treatments.
Okay.
You do find yourself in the Shimmer Ward. There is the
I find myself.
Silvered Sunset Oasis, which is an actual bathhouse where you can pamper yourself. If you, depending on how long you want to stay there, how long do you intend to be pampered?
I mean, what sort of packages do they have? I mean, I have point to be. I didn't get a tattoo. I'm fucking loaded.
Silver sunset.
That's
is
true.
slang
Let's
for
call it
sun in your butt.
4 hours. I'm gonna get a full. Yeah, that's right. 4 hours worth of treatments.
Okay. Here.
Maybe a massage. I might get my feet trimmed up. My toenails are scary.
You're being better to yourself on
Maybe
graph
they can-
paper than
they
I
can
was
do
over the
something-
entire Christmas break.
Something with your teeth?
What do you mean?
Like, help them grow more.
Oh. God. Sure.
That was an entirely weird way to phrase it.
And I look for a facial and a haircut.
Whoa.
15 gold.
Oh, that's it?
I just get not 40 gold.
I'll tip them 5 to make sure they take extra special care.
Wow.
Oh, he's gonna be handsome.
Oh, debonair motherfucker coming out here in a few
And
hours.
he's all buff now, you guys. He's like hottie for it.
All right. You were going shopping?
I'm going to just stop by a couple places. In halfling form, I will go shopping for... First, I'll start with some throwing weapons. Darts, throwing stars, any sort of...
Okay.
Blow darts,
how much are you
whatever I can-
purchasing?
Well, I'm going to see what they have, and I've got 40 gold to spend.
I mean, pretty much any of the weapons that are like basic or martial are available here in Rexitrim. It's a huge capital. Like most supplies of any kind can be found here through some searching. So if you're looking for darts or dagger, I mean, the darts are like 5 copper pieces a piece. They're super inexpensive. Daggers are 2 gold a piece. Anything else you're looking for?
Ninja stars.
Ninja stars? They don't really have ninja stars here so much. There aren't really ninjas in the Dwendalian Empire.
Could I go to a blacksmith and describe it?
Yes, you can.
All right, and is that something that would add more fucking days to our waiting in Rexentrum?
Yeah, don't do it.
They'll be custom made.
Don't do it.
It'll take about a day to custom make them because it has to like.
I'll
flatten
rush
them.
order
Depends how many you want. Like
2.
2? You can get 2 done in like an hour.
Okay.
Man,
Cool.
you hate the city like Trinket.
5 silver per custom ninja star.
I want them inscribed
Okay.
or stamped or something. I want one to say pop and the other to say pop.
Okay.
So both say pop.
They both say pop. You got it. That'll add an additional gold to it.
So you get really good at throwing them.
Yes.
People are gonna, you're gonna hit people, and they're gonna be like, Bob, Bob. Bob.
All right. So 2 custom ninja stars.
I will also go to a like a stationery type store, a papier.
Yeah, parchment of all different qualities is available here. Yeah.
I'd like a stack of hard cardstock of some sort.
Sure, ye old FedEx office. Yeah,
the good shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thick parchment's easy enough to come across.
Just smallish. And then I want 2 big poster boards.
What is...
Are we going to a science fair?
There are wooden slats that can be painted on. That's usually used for signage.
Okay.
Not so much in the realm of poster board.
I'll take that.
All right. So let me see. So 6 gold for the 2 custom ninja stars.
We're going to basically.
Yeah.
Two of the signposts would be about 3 silver each, along with the stack of thing. I'll put an additional gold in that total, so that'd be 7 gold.
7 gold. I got 33 left over.
If there's anything in like the off season harvest festival section that looks really nice, it might spruce up.
Potpourri.
75% off.
That's it.
Alrighty.
Metal harvest pumpkin.
It's really nice.
All right. Those who are researching, and make your way to the Rexentrim Archive of the Cobalt Soul. What is it you would like to research while you're there?
Okay, so I was actually starting to kind of research anything that might mention multiple beacons or where these things actually came from. And of course, the furthest that I got was that they were pre-calamity and no one really knows how far that, or how many there might be. The other thing that I was wanting to research, and I ran out of time, was other shackles of the Chained Oblivion and where they're located.
Well, she says all that. Caleb had been going into his bag to look at his notes and his research on Knott's problem.
Yeah.
But as Beauregard's talking, he's looking.
Can I kind of peek over? What are kind of more peek?
Well, he's not opening anything up. He's just preparing to do it. And the more you talked, the less he looked, and then he just started listening. So he veered over to what you're talking about.
Oh.
So
did you want to? Were you like look? Did you want? You can do your own research.
No, this is more interesting to me today. Perhaps
What
we
was
can
that?
find.
What are you doing?
It is spell research, spell work.
Oh.
Always.
Yeah.
But this is more pressing for today.
But what would you want to find?
You know, it's complicated. I'm trying to help Not with something.
All right. No.
Beacons. Task at hand. Stay on task, widow guest. We should see if we can find any mention of objects or anything from the heavens falling in different parts of the world outside of Johas, to get an idea of how widespread they are as a phenomenon. Maybe we'll find nothing, but it's worth a try.
Cool. Maybe I can go back through all the archaeological records that the Cobalt Soul is researching and see if anything pops up. And if you want to do like hit the books.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Ready? Break. Break. Wait. Hang on. Put your hand in like this. Okay. Ready? And then at the same, we're gonna be like.
And what? What are we gonna be like? What?
This is the. Ah!
I don't know this thing.
Yeah. Did you find where the tarot cards were?
Oh, right. Never mind.
No, wait. Come here.
Okay, cool.
Then you can go find. Ready? Caduceus! Come here. What are you doing?
Caduceus is gone.
It's the library. Shut up.
It's my library.
That's right.
It's not my library.
It's
not my library.
You look up and see Dolafon looking over the railing, and they go.
So yeah. I was just. Yeah. Okay. Ready and
break.
All right. So you're researching what?
I'm gonna check the archaeological dig records. Maybe talk with Udala. See if anything, as far back as I can go, might match a beacon.
All right. I'm going to make an investigation check.
Fuck that dice. Lucky Jade. Does it count? It's out of the box.
I mean,
But it's a roll.
Yeah.
All right.
It's on a squishy surface, but flat on it.
Yep.
25.
25. Okay. Looking through the archaeological records that currently reside under the scope of the Cobalt Soul, dealing with any, pre-calamity, Arcanum digs, ruins, even some mentions of things off-site, like, Isilra and other excavations that have happened. Nothing catches your eye of any previously excavated beacons. Talk about many relics and, something called the Vestiges of Divergence and something referring to, like relic tech, almost like the magical artifacts on a larger scale that were created by some of these older kind of mage-based mageocracies that ruled during the Age of Arcanum, that waged war against each other and some of them against divinity itself. But in those regards, none of the excavations and any of the relics that have been categorized, that have been studied, that have been made record of, resemble what was recently found in Schattenrod.
And how many years back did I go? Was I able to go?
Well, the Empire's only been around for maybe 3 centuries total. So,
yeah,
a little longer, I think, actually. But you can go back as far as maybe 2.5 centuries, so 250 years.
So in 250 years, one has been found in the Empire.
Correct.
And there are no records from the Cobalt Soul for other continents here of the archaeological digs?
The things that you've read there don't mention anything of the object you're seeking.
In like the other ones?
Nope.
All right. Okay. Fucking nothing in 250 years. Just the one. What about you?
I don't know. I haven't rolled yet.
What are you researching?
I want to look through the histories of the Age of Arcanum, specifically, for any unexplained things found, anything related to astronomy, meteorites, things falling from the sky, things that even then, and this is long ago, so it's a long shot, but things even they did not understand.
Certainly, go ahead and make an investigation check.
Am I alone or with lots of people around where I am?
The library is as busy as it normally is, which isn't like a huge crowd. There's, a handful of individuals that are here on their own research. Maybe, I'd say 12 people total in the library that aren't themselves of the Cobalt Soul. And then maybe, from what you can immediately look around there, 15 or 16 members of the actual archive that are visible in this chamber.
So, and I am in view of those people as well?
Yeah.
All right, never mind.
It's open.
18.
18, okay. There are records of things falling from the heavens, referred to as meteors. Iron and metals that have been made and crafted into sets of armor of legend, old generals of wars and forgotten ages that use the star metal as the basis of their weaponry. As brutal as it began with enchantments, itself became extremely strong and resilient, and in some cases able to absorb enchantment quickly. There's talk of what was thought to be meteors, but instead happened to be residual elements from perhaps Arcanum weapons that were jettisoned into the sky, returning hundreds of years later, that then just impacted into the ocean and were lost. There's talk of a meteor that crashed not but 10 years before into the Siren Green Forest just above Diastok that vanished, though the impact destroyed a portion of the forest. There's talk of... Most of it's a series of different impacts that all have led to recovery of just material. And most of it seems to be iron. Some of them are various odd metals, and a handful of them have been very odd metals that have been since grabbed by whatever group or political faction was in charge of that recovery process, and then the records either vanished based on who they were sold to. There are some records of them, supposedly some of these recovered meteors going up on auction in different auction houses, as well as the auction house in Port de Molly twice in the past century. Such rare odd metals that have been recovered from some of these impacts have. Many people believe there is a prominent belief, superstitious as it is largely considered, that most of these meteors that do come through in meteor showers themselves are parts of Ruidus, the distant moon, breaking apart and making their way towards the planet. Some believe because it's decaying and just showering its decay upon the planet in clumps. Others believe it's supposedly like distant warrior spirits that themselves are returning to the planet after being lost on the battlefield. There's all sorts of strange religious phenomenon based around this celestial activity when it does occur.
Lots of strange things, but not really what I'm digging
Not what you're looking for, yeah.
Okay.
Any other time to research where the Chained Oblivion and other shackles for it, maybe?
I believe the research has already been put into this.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it isn't like you just keep banging your head against the wall until more information comes out. You've expended your research in this topic here, and what you do know is that the shackles are a very largely guarded and largely forgotten secret intentionally, so people cannot research them in the library, because that would make them very easy to find people that don't, don't have good intentions.
That makes sense. Well, nothing. Boo.
Well, you have to try.
Yeah.
How much time did we just spend doing that, would you reckon?
Half the day.
Half the day.
You want to go back?
I got another 2 people researching here.
Yeah.
Come to you guys in a moment.
I've got I'm sitting at the table.
Mm-hmm.
I've got all of the cards pulled out and I'm looking at them.
Okay.
And I am looking for a book on tarot cards as well, so that I can study them at the same time I'm looking at my book.
Okay.
And see what I can
Go ahead and
learn.
roll an investigation check.
I'm prepared to talk a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 7.
You get a little lost in your research as you come upon what are drawn studies on the human body, in which the musculature, and there's a lot of just nude drawings in there.
I bring those to the table.
And so you get kind of distracted for a while. You do eventually find one book that is a very simple study on prominent and easily found use of tarot cards, largely based around the Moonweaver. And you sit down and you open the book, and with the cards sprawled out, and you start going from chapter to chapter, and none of the cards are the same as the ones you found in the book.
I can, yeah. I can add to this if you like.
Yeah, go for it.
There is specifically when dealing with oracle cards. There, do you mind if I add a little canon?
Go for it.
Oracle cards.
Just keep in mind, she rolled a 7.
Oracle cards vary from region to region and religion to religion. They tend to have unique properties depending on what culture and what god is being worshipped, of how they're developed and how they're built. Moonweaver cards specifically, while there is kind of a general build, the Moonweaver encourages creativity and deceit. So Moonweaver decks tend to be all over the fucking map. And this is
this is a Moonweaver.
This is definitely a Moonweaver deck.
Yeah. And to that point, and correct me if I'm wrong, a number of the cards in the deck that you have are blank.
Yep.
How many?
There's a blank. There's a collection of them that you've noticed, and then there's kind of off, like just sort of on the edge. There's a bunch that look like they're kind of old and fucked up and hard to even read anymore. And then there's another collection of them that are just have a couple little sketches that were just seem like they were stopped, and then a whole bunch of blank ones that are just ready to be filled. You get the sense that this was an ongoing art project and that this was not a bot deck, but a made one.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Jester just starts crying.
Oh.
Because she's realizing, I mean, that's amazing. She's looking at Molly's art.
Yeah, there's it's not as good as your art.
No, but it's so good. And I can finish some of it.
Yeah, those little black cards could use happy beans.
Well, obviously somebody's going to get dealt the happy bean.
Oh no. It keeps getting worse.
Okay, well then. Okay.
There are like the only obvious card since you rolled a 4 would be the moon card, which is
I rolled a 7. Thank you.
Okay, so inevitably there's always a moon card. There's also, each card is built so that there's a word at the bottom and a word at the top, so that when you flip it, there's a word at the bottom and then some new word.
So it's a different. So each card can be 2.
Each card can be 2, and the moon is a beautiful large moon in a night sky over this kind of a crystal clear lake. And when you turn it over, it's called the mirror. And when you look in the reflection of the moon in the lake, there are 2 moons.
Like balls.
And one smaller reddish purplish moon behind, like sitting right behind the big normal white moon, which is not actually in the sky in the moon card. It's just a single moon.
So for your half day of research into this, you spend half of it looking through naked pictures of people sketched in, and the other half learn nothing about tarot cards beyond just just looking through the cards that Molly had left incomplete, and yeah, that's about it.
But it was time well spent.
Oh, very much so.
Yeah. No,
so
a lot was.
You not always learn what you want, but you learn what you need.
Now, I remember when Molly read my fortune a couple times. Mm-hmm. I pulled the card out myself, or did he pull the card out for me?
Do you know what a force is?
I don't. Don't you? I'm asking for Jester's sake.
With the 7, no.
No. Okay.
So.
You pulled the card.
I pulled the cards.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. That's what I need.
Bless you.
I need to remember how to read other people's fortunes. So I'm just going to try to do it the way that Molly did it for me.
All right.
Okay.
We keep going, I'll describe cards as they pop up.
Okay.
So, Caduceus. So yeah, I'm gonna go find help because I don't understand anything that's happening here. Is there a help desk?
There is a central clerical kind of round table that sits, hollow in the center, where 2 individuals sit at facing outward that are there for help. Since you are with an expositor initially, you are not immediately assigned some person to be your escort. However, once you break away from the expositor, you are under supervision. They don't want anyone stealing, running away with any of the books or tomes that are brought here. So any person who's here that isn't a part of the Cobalt Soul is constantly under supervision. So as you're wandering around, you eventually turn around towards that table and you can see there's already an individual kind of arms folded, just looking at you.
Oh, this is great. I could actually use some help if you don't mind.
They approach. You see appears to be male, half-elf, undeterminate age, youngish, but hair is cut extremely short. The eyes are like a dull amber color in the iris, and kind of just leans forward. So how can I help you?
Hi, I'm so sorry. What was your name?
Oh, Visand.
Visand, hi.
What is your Caduceus? All right. What do you need help with?
I've never been in one of these before, really, and I've never actually had to look anything up before.
Well, what is it you came here to seek?
I'm looking for information on kind of a lesser-known deity, or I'm supposed to be going to a festival for this deity called the Traveler. I've got a date for the event. I don't know much about what should be expected, and I was kind of curious if it would be possible to maybe get any information about what I'm walking into.
I cannot say it comes strongly to mind, but I can help you in looking for this research.
I've got like some basic description. I've got the date of the celebration. I don't know if it has significance or anything.
Go ahead and
like
make an investigation check for me.
Oh boy, he's not going to help. Okay, that's okay.
All of these searches involve like help at the library if you need it, but this is more of your ability to describe elements of this.
Natural 19.
Okay.
Which means 18.
Wow. All right. With help, you do find some books specifically about strange occultism.
All right.
And what are referred to as, what would be the phrase? It would be rural hearsay of neo religions and folklore.
Okay.
I'm a slow reader. In which and it does. It takes you 4 hours to get through. This is all you get.
Yeah.
But you acquire information that the Traveler is essentially a rumored figure that has begun to show up in rural areas very selectively. There's all the notes, and you do notice, because you are an insightful individual, that the ink that is written about the Traveler is very fresh compared to the rest of the book.
To be fair, so I know for sure.
And most of it speaks of worry of it being either some sort of devil masquerading as an entity, discussion of it being a mass hallucination, of it being just a person who is convincing people of itself and it's just a big illusion, and some people saying that it's just heresy, and people are worshiping something much darker and are using this as a front as they explain what it is they worship. It's fresh enough, and most of these things were referred to only in like recent decades.
All right.
And then the Traveler Con is happening on the 26th of Undalar.
A decade, maybe.
So is there anything special? Were you asking, is there anything
it was
special
just like
about
if
that
I was
day?
like checking a farmer's almanac about the 26th of Undalar, if that's a day.
No.
Day of worship for anything,
the 26th of Undalar? That is the Zenith.
Oh, so we're having Traveler Con on the Zenith.
Zenith, the highest point during the year of the sun's placement in the sky. It's considered to be the center point of summer. It is generally one of the hotter and kind of central, brightest days, and it signifies that midpoint between the depth of winter and the other side of the calendar.
Gotcha.
Our butts are gonna be so tanned. Our anuses.
I never thought you laid on your back with your legs up. I thought they were doing like. I thought they were doing like
Happy baby.
upside down V's.
Yeah.
I thought it would be a whole squadron.
So that's your research.
That'll do. I'm good.
Squadron.
So, anything else you'd like to accomplish today?
No, we go to sleep and wake up the next day.
All right.
Ridiculous.
The cat herding continues.
Yeah.
I didn't want to learn.
First day back.
I know. That's how it is. You shake off the holidays. So, it's been another evening of rest. The next day unfolds before you. You gather your stuff. It's probably available.
Yay.
Given the scenario, is there anything else that wish to be done with the day?
Well, if we're just going to go through that quick, which is fine.
Well, I was asking if everyone was done with the day, but if something else you want to do, what is it?
Sam fast forwarded us.
Did. Caleb will, in the evening, in their room, will lay out all of what he has figured out so far for Nott's problem. And come over here, look at this.
Okay.
I have started. I have not made much headway. I did a good bit of work yesterday. I have not forgotten. It is going to take time for me to understand this, if at all.
Is there anything I can do to speed up the process or clarify things?
Do you want to have a look at it?
Sure. Yes.
I cannot solve this. I don't know what this means here. This symbol inside these two circles.
Let me take a look. I've been around some books.
So do you guys spend like the remainder of the day together working
Say
through?
like nighttime, stay up a couple hours. Not even a ton.
Okay. So either you can both make Arcana checks, or one of you can make it with advantage. Your call.
Both.
Both, yeah.
Why'd you use that luck? 14.
17.
17. Okay. With Nott's help, you do break past that one that barrier that's been keeping you from advancing on one of the broken elements of this extensive equation. Kind of with the loose improvisation, you are such a structured-minded individual that it's through Nott's haphazard barreling through it that it ends up kind of teaching you a bit of going with the natural flow of this equation. And in doing so, you do advance it quite a bit. I'd say by the end of the evening, both of you working together, you're making some good headway. You don't know how long, but how much more time you would need necessarily. Of course, if this was all done in like a research facility or a chamber that was designed specifically for the inscribing and creation of arcane scripture, if you will. Well, scripture's not the right word. Inscriptions and designs. This would be a lot quicker, but you're doing this in the midst of a room, so it's taking longer than anticipated. But you're making some decent headway. It's starting to take form, and you're starting to see kind of the patterns taking shape, and you're getting excited.
Thank you. I was being a little too literal, a little too straight on.
Well, I helped Yazid with his problems sometimes. Always good to have an extra set of eyes on things.
Yeah, always. Lucky man. We'll get you back to him.
I hope so. You still feel okay being in this town near people you used to know?
Not really. It is hard to be here. There's many things I like to see here, but it's all of it's tinged with a bit of hurt. So I'm looking forward to leave.
You don't want to go talk to Eodwulf and what was her name?
Astrid.
Oh yeah. You don't want to go talk to her?
I'm not exactly sure what I would say to either of them. I don't have a good sense of it. Some wounds heal, some don't.
Yeah. Well, if you wanted to go visit either, I'll back you up.
Why don't we... Maybe we turn in and get a good night's rest and try to do something useful tomorrow, and maybe when we return.
Good night.
I pull her into sort of a slow, awkward hug.
I hug back.
Thank you for coming with me so far.
Well, thank you for going this far. I know it's hard to be here, and but I'm proud of you. You know, you won't ever get fully better unless you confront these things. So, it's a step. And you should be proud of yourself too.
What about you? You still want this
Of course.
road?
Of course.
No, I know this.
Oh.
But everything else.
Yeah, I mean,
all of this travel and danger.
the danger and the travel, it distracts me an awful lot, which is good. So it's either I find the distraction at the bottom of a bottle or in adrenaline-fueled danger, or I have to go back and think about it more.
And if all of this works, that will change things.
I guess it will. I'll be happy.
Insight check.
Oh.
Can I just ask while the inside check is happening? Has this whole conversation been happening while you guys have been hugging?
Yeah.
Okay,
No,
I was just
still a
making
hug.
sure
Yeah.
that you're still like really close. as you're
We're
saying all these
setting our
things.
butts.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get the picture.
So, if
Catching moonlight at this stage of the day.
Is that real too?
Why can I roll that high before? That is 27.
Cool. I mean, I think you get a sense from not that she is very scared of what the future may hold for her if we continue down this path.
Well, pulling out the silver thread. Good night. I'll return in.
Me too.
You guys all rest for the evening. Take to the fourth day since you've left the throne room of the king.
I thought it was the third day now.
I thought it was too.
I thought it was just the third day.
Now, you guys took one day to talk to Ludinus before that and everything. Second day was the day leading up to the fight. Third day was yesterday's fourth day. I believe I had that math right. I don't know. It's been since the holidays. You guys, if you want to, you can go ahead and retrieve from the Cryptic Collection in Kiona the Keen the jeweled chalice of which you had ordered, as well as your bone harp, which looks delightfully intimidating for being an harp-like instrument. It's jagged at edges. It has this kind of natural curve that hooks around.
And it's made out of a spine?
Yeah.
Kill somebody with that shit.
I had to find a special case of scoliosis for that one.
I can relate.
Yeah.
Not that that means. I was gonna say. No, you're fine.
Unspoken apology.
Can I give it a little tickle the
Yeah, what do you say about a harp?
I don't know.
Tickle the strings?
Tickle the strings? Pluck them?
It's not tuned. And you get the sense that this was built as a collaboration. There is the bone work and the craft work to the actual harp itself is very much in line with a lot of the other sculpting and designs of the chamber that you're in. But the strings and a lot of the more instrumental part of it have a more delicate touch in their design. And Kiona even, mentions to you the fact that this was, the music element of it was an actual musician brought into it. It's not tuned. It sounds beautiful, haunting almost. And there's an interesting element because some of the bones themselves are hollow. Some of the notes that you play, it gives this kind of resonant vibration that completely bores through the entirety of the harp and gives this weird kind of reverberation to the sound that normally wouldn't be there. It's almost ghostly.
This is one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen.
Well, I'm glad to hear that.
You really just went above and beyond to make this just such a beautiful instrument.
Make me proud.
Creepy ass hands.
Do you want to try playing it? You probably already have.
Oh, I have.
Can I hear?
I'm bashful about it.
I understand.
But your chat?
Thank you. You're so fancy. Thank you.
Did you imaginary sip out of that cup?
Yeah.
Go.
What else are you going to do with that fancy ass chalice?
Ice cubes and Citadel.
It's essentially a pimp cup for you there.
Yeah.
Jester's got a pimp cup. It's pretty great.
I'm going to eat ice cream out of it.
All right, so you go ahead and
Perfect Sunday size. Fuck, you're right.
you find an ice cream-esque Rexentrum treat, which is challenging given the current kind of gray, cold weather that seems to have taken most of the environment, but it's available.
Is it like in a little cart vendor or is it like a store?
You actually kind of have to have requested. It's more of just like a frozen cream that someone has to repurpose for the specifics of what you're requesting.
It's just cheese on ice.
Kind of.
Put it in here. But don't take it. I'm going to just...
There's another phrase that's never been
More
said.
of it.
Fill my chalice with loose cheese.
5 scoops.
6 scoops. Thank you. Well, it's a big chalice. It feels, you know.
Best use of a jeweled chalice. Is there anything else anyone wants to accomplish in the morning? Or
Hey, how was that
before
spa?
I mean, I feel like a new half orc.
You want to go to the
Did
spa?
you still want to do that before we like
Do you want to go
spa
read? Do you
and
want to
then
go read at the
go?
spa?
Yeah, I could go read at the spa.
I mean, do I?
Your skin looks quite beautiful.
Right.
You're glowing.
Yeah,
Your
it has a glow.
Looks like you've got a little bit of a stubble coming in
Yeah.
there.
No, it's really nice. They have like hot towels and it's nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
Like mud baths and things like that?
I did not ask. But I bet they do. How hard could it be?
I guess anywhere could be a mud bath.
Is that a spa treatment?
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, it was where
you
I
pay
was
for
from.
this?
Yeah, we would just roll around in it, and it's supposed to be really good for your skin.
Weird. Let's try that.
You gonna go back?
Spa day number 2. Look at my beard.
I mean, it's...
Well,
I don't call it...
Stretch.
I mean, look, it's real.
Oh,
It hurts, right? I mean, it's really there.
you got a dry patch. Thank you.
Yeah.
Awesome.
With that, I think we all need to
Before we go, I wanted to share my ice cream with the Traveler and ask him about Traveler Con, if I could.
All right. How do you wish to like?
I'm going to go find a nice quiet, patch on the grass or something if we're out, and I'm going to sit down with my ice cream, and I'm going to...
Just wander off mid-walk.
Yeah,
Sit apart.
they're talking about the spot.
Jess.
And
Jess.
I'm just going to,
Jess?
concentrate on my symbol and say, Traveler.
Well, wait a minute.
I got some ice cream for us. If you want to talk about Traveler Con, because, there are some interesting questions coming up, and I realize I don't have the answers, and so,
Do you guys all wait and stare at Jester?
Yeah.
Let's just let this happen.
I'm gonna sit and tinker with the harp. Play some hot cross buns.
Yeah. Make performance check.
Ooh, maybe it will inspire the Traveler.
Oh, natural 20.
Yes.
Oh, shit.
Plus 2 performance,
But
which is
yeah.
Performance probably is at -2.
it's 18.
Okay.
But natural 20.
For skills, natural 20s aren't really a thing.
Lies.
No, handbook.
Handbook is just a lie that's been written down.
Never be above 18 in my performance.
But I take it in for the cool factor of it. I take it into account. So even though you've never, and correct me if I'm wrong, really spent time with a harp previously, an instrument that maybe from afar you've appreciated. you kind of, while not really finding a melody, the sound itself is clean. And you kind of tune it as you go the best to your ear. And while it doesn't necessarily produce a consistent melody, the sound itself is still clear and beautiful. And even as you guys wait, you kind of are taken off guard by the sight of Yasha, this powerful, dark figure that has gone through and endured so much in recent time, sitting here amongst the edge of the grass in Rexentrum, under a faintly cloud-covered sky, and just improvising this beautiful sound from this instrument. As Jester watches her ice cream slowly melt into a cup, as the rest of her friends stare impatiently, waiting for her to join them.
He doesn't come?
No.
He's lactose intolerant.
Oh no. Oh no. The traveler.
You okay?
I don't think he likes ice cream.
Who doesn't like ice cream?
I've never met anyone who...
Maybe he's busy making lanyards and.
Yeah, maybe he's so busy. Maybe he's mad at me because it took me so long to ask him these questions.
It's also like it's a biggie park. It's a busy park.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Knock the bubbles loose.
Okay, Snee Snake.
Walk right now.
Fatality.
I'm sure he likes ice cream. He just, it's not hot where he is or something.
He's normally here. It's wherever I am. It's the same where he is.
Caduceus, correct me if I'm wrong, but sometimes I don't know what I'm talking about. The gods reveal things, and sometimes they wish their flock to find the answer, or so I have read.
I would.
Maybe he means for you to find this
or maybe
answer yourself.
You don't have any responsibilities at TravelCon. He wants you to just be a guest.
And enjoy yourself.
Yeah, because you're so special.
And be surprised.
Or maybe the answer will reveal itself in a hot tub at the spa.
Maybe he wants to go to the spa.
Spas are dope.
Okay.
He's trying to watch his figure before the con.
Oh. Yeah.
That's a lot of dairy.
That is a lot of dairy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's going from a cow.
Okay, well, now it's 6 scoops of melted cream. I'm just gonna sip it as we go to the spa.
Eat it. I bought you a present.
You did?
Yes, I bought you these cards that you can turn into tarot cards.
Thank you, Nod.
Well, you can. I don't know how many you need, so I got like 60.
Wow, I don't know how many you're supposed to. You know what? I bet I can cut them down. Because look, these are the ones that
Those
Molly
are smaller,
had.
yeah.
They're a little smaller, but there's some blank ones in here. I think Molly was making his own deck.
Well, maybe you could make your own deck.
Well, maybe I can add on, and maybe we can have like a joint deck. I wonder how many cards there's supposed to be.
I think it's the more the merrier with tarot. I feel like you should have as many as you can.
Like just keep adding to it over time, and then
as many as the human condition.
That's so smart.
Well, I mean,
maybe you should read. That sounds like really like, you have a natural inclination to being able to read people.
I could help you with it if you'd like.
I would love that, Nod.
I can at least come up with some imagery to put on them.
I love that. Thank you.
All right.
Read everything.
You guys make your way towards the Silvered Sunset Oasis. Along the way, a voice calls out from amongst the kind of decent bustle of the streets here in Rexentrum. Hey! What was it, huh?
Oh, shit.
You turn around and see Darrow Alloc running up to
Yes!
you. Yay! Hey there, friend. I am so happy to see you. I just have to tell you, like, that was a good fight. I feel kind of bad. That was a strike of luck. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I've done quite a few battles in my day, and that was strike true, right?
quite the blow.
Indeed.
I have
you
to
took
tell
it like a champ, didn't you?
Yes. No, not so much. I mean, I stayed up.
That a champion stands up, am I right?
It's important. Yes.
Yeah, it was great.
You really let me have it. I mean, that sucked a lot.
I understood, and I am just. Could I, like, I don't know, buy you like a corn dog or something to make it up to you? I've been thinking about it for a few days because like you're nice people and everything, and you're strong, and it was a lucky
We
shot.
could buy him a massage. We're going to the spa.
Go to the spa. Checks through his coin purse. Yeah, you know what? I've earned it too. Why not?
Yeah.
Appreciate the invitation.
What a good idea.
Okay, for is this a new friend of yours? I didn't see
This is Darrow. This is the gentleman who
He kicked his ass
Sparred with him the other
I
night.
didn't see the fight. I heard it was a rousing fight between two equally matched combatants.
Yes, precisely. Yeah, some tricks
And
up
now
his
you guys are
sleeve.
friends?
Oh, we've been friends since before. Great admirers of each other's skill, at the very least.
Yes, indeed.
Great. Well,
No,
maybe we should like let them go by themselves or something.
No, fuck that. I want a massage. Let's go.
Yes, please join us. It would be an honor. It was a fantastic fight. I learned quite a lot from you. I have to say.
Well, if you insist.
I can only hope to mimic that same sort of skill in encounters ahead. Please join us. I was there I heard someone went there yesterday, and the services are supposed to be next level.
I'm not gonna lie, it's been probably about 2 years since I've had a good proper pampering.
I don't know. Couldn't tell you the last time I've been. Please, let's. Shall we all?
Let's
Let's do it. Come on, show the way.
So, Darrow.
Yes.
How's time been, with the stubborn sack since we've seen you last as we're walking?
Yes, it's been all right. Mercenary work has been paying, fairly well as the conflicts rise. Doing a bit of bodyguard work here and there. Found ourselves in Rexentrum, got a new client, and been trying to, keep ourselves busy.
Client?
Yeah.
Who's that?
Not really allowed to tell. It's part of the.
Oh, come on, but we're friends though.
Trenton.
No, but seriously, no, I don't know what that is.
Oh.
But no, it's been good. Just keeping the time, keeping people safe, earning coin, and occasionally getting a little bout down there. And that's where I saw you guys again. But
Anything weird? I mean, our line of work, we can see quite a few weird things, but anything out of the ordinary? Something that you would call remarkable or a good story you could share?
How long have you been here?
4 days.
5.
5 days.
5 days.
Like 3 too many. We're trying to leave.
Since the crazy.
We had to wait for this chalice.
And now we're just waiting.
Cream?
Hey, where's my ninja stars?
Oh,
So good.
you mean these ninja stars? Pop, pop! Ow! I throw them at her. Ow!
That's a lot going on there.
It's a lot of cream. It's good.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
His face goes. Oh God.
Conjure EpiPen. Strange things. There was this crazy moment in the storm a few days ago. I think you may have been here. Suddenly the clouds opened up and this beam of sun came through, and I felt the presence of the Dawn Father, there with us in the city, in his light and his glory. I knew it was a sign. It was a sign that we were to gather ourselves for battle. And when we got there, we missed it. It was already over and they were pinning it up. It was very disappointing. Somebody defaced the chantry.
What?
All of the stained glass broken everywhere. He was beautiful.
I mean, yeah, I heard it was so beautiful. We were gonna go look at it. We were gonna go check it out.
Yeah, we heard there were all sorts of like creatures.
Yeah, there was a dynasty attack as well, same time. Man, stuff's been crazy since we got here. It's been wild. I mean,
no other dynasty attacks.
Not specifically here, but now we know they can burrow. I mean, they can come anytime. Yeah, it's
true.
Kind of brings it to a point of appreciating and you know, carpe diem, as the old Zemnians used to say. I don't read up.
Wait,
Look,
what?
I was a street kid. I was not the
God of carpets.
Yes, probably. I like you.
Yeah,
What's your name?
Oh, Caduceus. Hey, we
Caduceus.
met last night. Last night, just very briefly. You did very well.
Right,
Two nights ago.
2 nights ago.
Oh,
Wow.
I
Time
know,
flies.
It's all crazy. Anyway, is this the place?
Yeah.
2020.
You do get a group rate. So that's I'd say 12 gold a person for the same 4-hour
Whoa.
spa experience.
4 hours.
Are we gonna do 4 hours? Maybe we should only do 2.
Is this
4
gonna be
hours.
like, oh my gosh, this is like when Dorothy
reading,
gets
didn't
like remade, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And like all of a sudden like has curls and stuff.
Can you dye my eyes to match my gown? Wizard of fucking Oz.
What?
I don't think that happened
That's
in that movie.
Don't Google that film.
Dorothy goes to the spa in Wizard of Oz.
Dorothy goes.
Meanwhile, I threw 2 throwing stars at Beauregard.
Oh fuck!
They've just been sticking out of her cheeks.
Just waiting for
Trying to pull, but it's doing the.
Looks like someone named Bob really doesn't like you.
You want me to
Chester.
heal you?
Will you get him? Will you get
Oh,
him
but
out?
they got to pull it out in order to heal. 1,
I thought
2,
you were-
3.
I thought you would catch them. You have, like, you catch missiles.
Yes, she did with her face.
I didn't say deflect missiles, so it didn't happen.
I thought you would catch them. I'm sorry.
Why do they say Bob on them?
They say, hold it upside down.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's good.
You're
Thank
bleeding
you.
out of your face.
Thank
Hilariously.
You. The spa will fix it.
They say Bob when you look at it that way, because when you turn it right up, the P's are backward.
Thank you. Thank you. I was really hoping. That's all I wanted.
Oh shit! That's right.
That's all I wanted. Thank you, Matt.
It's like a bad tattoo.
Up in a mirror.
But you find yourselves. Are you paying for the 2 hours or 4 hours?
4 hours.
4 hours.
At least they don't
12
say dad.
gold.
True D&D choices to make.
I'm not going in.
What?
What? Why?
There's water in there, fuckers!
There's mud baths. Do you?
I'll do that.
Okay.
Okay, that's a viable option.
Okay.
All right, so that's 12 gold each for those who take it. Okay. And you spend 4 hours conversing with loudly the boisterous, charismatic, and you know, in spite of his forceful personality, just kind of a likable guy, Darrow.
I really do like him a lot.
He's a fun fellow.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice guy all around.
He's a fun guy.
During the thing, I'm gonna just try to ask him one more time who his client is. Maybe in a moment of bliss when he's just relaxing.
Make a persuasion check.
I'm good at this, guys. 5.
He's like, nice try.
Big arms you got there.
Oh, I know.
All right. I'm gonna go back to my mud pit.
On the way out, is this the type of spot I have the little complimentary toothbrushes? No. No.
Well, now we're going to be thinking about it, aren't we?
I'm really self-conscious now.
They probably have them for sale though. They're not complimentary.
Do they have them for sale?
They have mouthwash though.
Sure.
That's the world. They got mouthwash.
Guys!
What?
I was just contacted telepathically by the Bright Queen. She wants us to go to Jorhas right away.
I'm handing out toothbrushes
saying
to
in front of
everybody.
I'm saying that out loud. right?
No, just to you guys. Darrow's gone.
Wait, Wait, what's going on? Okay.
No, Pharaoh.
By the way, Daryl, before you leave, are you staying in Rexentrum, or do your adventures take you elsewhere? Do you have plans to leave?
I have to check in. We've only been here for about a month, I think. We've all on the Menagerie Coast. We're only recently come here, and I think we're probably heading back.
Nice. Well, safe travels if we don't see you again. It's been a pleasure.
You as well. Keep it
I'll
up.
be in touch with you. We can be friends.
Sure, yeah. Feel free to write a letter. We move around a lot, so it might take a while.
Don't worry, I'll find you.
That sounds ominous. Stay safe, friends. He gets his equipment and weapons and makes his exit.
That was so nice.
Into a chimpanzee or something?
No, I don't. He taught me a good lesson. I mean, if I can do that to someone else, a bit of served its purpose.
What, kick their ass? Or?
No, he's very nice.
You
Did we get a feel for him being around him if he actually was genuinely nice or if he was trying to
Make
like...
an insight check.
I like to think I have a passive insight check going on.
Oh.
22.
You get this.
I got 8.
Guys, Skillshare offers a bevy of classes. You don't have to be a Baby Yoda to enjoy.
It's not called Baby Yoda.
Sorry.
It's
Baby Yoda.
But 8.
Yoda Jr.?
Planet Earth has voted.
Yeah, Planet
They
Earth
voted Baby
says-
Yoda.
The child, the asset, whatever you want to call it. You can find out what it's called if you take a class at Skillshare.
I like him.
Seems like an alright guy.
Cool.
In those 4 hours, I'm gonna read.
Okay.
While in the water.
So I have 4 hours left?
Yeah,
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, easy enough to do.
No, you said you got a very important message.
Yes, I did. That we should move along.
Insight
Away from this. I'm lying.
It's good to know that I rolled a 1.
We should leave.
We should go.
Are we going
right, I
to
think we're ready.
Travel, or are we going to?
We can
We have to.
We have to foomf.
You could foom
I
from
said
right here.
foomf. You said foomf.
Whatever.
Correct term is foomp. Do we want to go right from here? Or?
I think so.
Yeah.
Let's go
From the spot.
I mean,
We're
we
alone
should,
here.
In our
we
robes.
should go get our things and
Yeah, let's put our clothes
In our
on.
robes.
we can keep our robes because it's that kind of spa. Because it's that kind of spa.
No.
We can go.
Oh, gold, man. Yeah, that's true. They
It's
didn't.
not that
they
kind. How
didn't-
much were the toothbrushes?
Did you get toothbrushes for everyone?
I did.
Five silver for the batch,
5 silver. And a
Best of all
giant.
out.
which is pricey.
That's a lot for a
That's
toothbrush.
But that's what
They're
happens when you
hard to
buy them out of the
find.
spa.
They're also apparently.
Wow.
That exit gift shop, man. That's where they get you.
Where else are you gonna go?
You're all relaxed.
Those damn candles. $65.
Does smell nice though. And it's wrapped in bark.
Just do everything's wrapped in bark.
I've seen those fucking things.
I'd be more impressed if it was wrapped in plastic.
What else
Like, how
does
did
this
that
do? Does it have sparkle or something?
This is the quintessential experience of a person that has been to a spa once in their adult life and is like, what is this place? I don't belong here.
Can I get some ice cheese, please? Do you want it in a bowl or a cone of bark?
Alrighty.
Okay, that's
So, are you teleporting from the spa?
Did anyone leave anything behind?
No, we got all our
Do
stuff.
we have all of our stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure.
I'll allow it.
Yay.
We get
Spa
all
journey.
our stuff.
Okay.
I begin to draw a circle here on the floor of the spa. Some amount of time later.
That's all.
You know, okay, can I just point out
Jesus.
we're in the spa, so if we took the ropes with us, they wouldn't know. They would just think that we disappeared.
I didn't change. I said I grabbed my stuff. I did not specify that it changed. I am bamfing in this robe.
All right.
We're gonna steal the ropes.
You guys are about
Taking these
9 minutes into the ritual preparation, which I believe is 10 minutes
Yeah.
for it, right? And you're like,
1 second. Wow, I'm not decent.
Naked.
It's very, very naked.
your time is about up.
Yo, we got like a minute left or something.
Would you like some towel service?
No, we're okay right now. We're still, all of us were naked together.
All right.
Just throw the towels through the door. Don't look, though.
Okay.
Make some steam. Make some steam.
It's all right. There you are. All right. Would you like some tea?
How are they, the nice towels?
They're pretty
Take 'em.
There, come in with us. We need them for the shore house.
As you finish your circle, the arcing energy erupts from the circle as all of you in your various freshly laundered spa robes and cluster of stolen towels rush into the central teleportation circle.
And the towel slipper things?
Yep, I got those too. Yep, nice terry cloth front too.
ASMR handles.
As you all emerge on the other side, beneath the Lucid Bastion.
Oh, shit.
The basement beneath the central cathedral.
Oh, yeah.
Of Rosanna.
Wow, this feels good.
In
This feels like
Jorhaus.
success.
The guards turn immediately in their, Kreen Royal Guard attire and armor, spinning, spears at the ready, looking upon you, recognizing, and then heads kind of turn curiously.
I'm holding slippers.
Bathrobe, and book holsters.
Covered in mud.
Yeah.
You're supposed to wash it off.
I don't like the water part.
As you're like dragging your armor over her shoulder.
I love the guards just witnessing this bickering in the spa group as they show up.
They rotate back into their position, but keep a curious eye on all of you as you pass by. Yep, you are leaving a slight wet foot trail through and up the stairs into the central region of the Lucid Bastion. Do you wish to head to the Jor House, or do you wish to go straight to the Bright Queen?
Let's go to the Jor House.
Yeah, we should check.
We should go change.
Okay.
We'll get into our formals.
My feet never fit in these slippers, so I'm putting my clothes back on before we walk through the city. I'm always cramming my feet into the slippers right before my heel.
Yeah, I feel like even my robe would only come up to here.
Yours is just below the dangle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little.
Mushroom tip.
Yeah, you're Peter Panning it pretty hard right now.
My mushroom tip is so appropriate.
It's the tiniest little kimono.
Yeah, sexy little bathrobe.
Ford gets dressed while the rest of you, not following his lead, make your way through the massive stone and marble archways of the echoing interior of the Lucid Bastion.
Oh, you idiot.
Going past various guards and figures, stately members of various dens of the Kreen dynasty, all walking by and curiously turning their head as they watch you pass.
I cast Seeming on Ford so he looks like he's in a robe.
Capital.
But everybody else looks dressed in their regular.
Just as you step outside of the bastion. But the thing is, he doesn't notice it first.
Good day. How are you? Yes. Well.
Partway through the stares and glares that now seem to be averting your friends and more focusing on you, you look down upon yourself and notice the bright terry cloth presentation you're currently putting before.
Which one of you fuckers did this?
Wasn't me. I don't know that kind of magic.
It definitely wasn't me either.
Caleb wouldn't do that either. He's a good person.
Are you sure that you changed?
Yes, it's not real. I can't get it off. But it's not real.
Caleb is watching in his fine Kryn garb and enjoying his naughty bits just free in the wind.
As you all slowly walk towards the prominent obelisk that is the massive lit tree that now still looms over the surrounding neighborhood here in the Gallimaufry district, towards the Jor House, returned in proper attire. And we'll take a break there. We'll return here to pick it from there here for a short time. I missed you guys.
We never returned to our conversation about the Bright Queen and what we're going to tell her.
You can continue that in your home. All right, so before we go to our break, we do have our Wormwood giveaway, first of 2020. The classic Purple Heart tabletop dice tray, the Scanlan special. Goes one lucky winner in our chat. Tonight's keyword is recovery. Recovery. Once and only once in the chat room, more than once to be disqualified. Once again, only US and Canada, excluding Quebec, because of stupid giveaway laws. And we'll be back here from the break with one lucky winner. We'll see you guys here in a few minutes.
Got the perfect warlock, her weapons and supplies. But you need a place to track your stuff, cause you're so disorganized. You click open the webpage, you heard about a Critical Role, and now you're ready to kick some butt in that mine shot full of no's. It's D&D, D&D Beyond, yeah, D&D, D&D Beyond. You got your stats, you got your swords, and you got your invisible wall. It's D&D, D&D Beyond.
Welcome to our end of the year Christmas fireside chats.
Yeah,
We're gonna answer some questions, do some reflecting.
I don't even have a fire though.
Enjoy.
It's right there.
The fire, the friends we made along the way.
The warmth of the community.
Against me.
Everybody's asking where Sam is.
Put the pizza back.
Sam could not make it because he's stupid.
Stupid face.
Oh, sorry, that's not the real reason. Sam could not make it because he's too sexy. That's not the real reason.
That's pretty good.
Sam
Like
could not
that
make it
reason.
because his teeth overtook the rest of his body.
Also true. It's viable.
Besides everything that has happened to you guys with Critical Role,
That thing.
what is something you were happy to have happen this year?
Whoa. Finally getting Ashley back.
For good.
Yay.
That's a big one.
That's a big one.
Having you guys fund an amazing Kickstarter for our animated series.
Heck yeah.
I don't think we'll be forgetting that anytime soon.
I enjoyed going to Burning Man after hearing about it for 8 years.
Taking you out to Burning Man
You
was
did
pretty
so
great
well.
for the first
It was
time.
nice.
I had a really, really good donut.
Yeah.
Yes.
How good? You mean
So good.
this year,
That's how you
one donut stands out?
Yeah. Oh gosh, I think just coming home.
Yeah.
That's a big thing.
That's a huge thing.
So yeah, let's getting started. Getting started being back home.
You didn't have like a favorite cup of hot cocoa or something?
Let's see. I've had some pretty good cups of hot cocoa.
I enjoy seeing all of you guys without Sam. That's
That's a highlight.
It's a great moment right there.
Sam's calling.
Here's a question from
Sam's
Sam
calling?
Riegel.
Oh, Sam's calling.
He's
Oh, he's
calling.
He's probably mad that I'm
I was
asking
joking,
these
Sam.
questions.
What? No. We love you. I was joking.
How dare
Why aren't you here?
Ask him if he wants to answer a question.
I went to a party for my kids, but the party never started, so I'm just sitting here watching the stream.
You sound like you're in a dentist chair.
Just sitting here on a bench.
I really hope somebody comes up to you and goes like, "Oh, you watch Critical Role?"
Yep. If you get like a significant chunk of the audience, you get a bonus.
Interesting.
Subway.
Damn, those are both good.
Next up.
Okay, this got dark.
For serial killers.
So, well, we're on topic.
Hey.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's great.
I don't understand. Okay.
Oh my god.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Yeah, okay.
Whoa, that's good.
I would actually buy that. Like, I would wear the shit out of It's 5 o'clock somewhere. 3-humped camel.
Versus?
Yeah!
Oh my god!
Have a wonderful holiday and a very happy new year.
Merry Christmas!
Remember, labia love ya. Labia don't.
Dropping news for Detroit!
Bye, guys!
Like a symphony playing to an empty theater, Critical Role dines alone without its audience. Yes, that validating and most enthusiastic congregation on the other side of the fourth wall. And what is this fourth wall, separating the viewer from the creator? A portal to an often sought point of connection? Or the Twitch subscription zone? On the rare occasion that you miss the live bacchanal boasted by the ragtag group of thespians on Thursday night, you may always view the show on demand in the Shadowland known as the Twitch subscription zone. Picture, if you will, the necessary pieces to complete a jigsaw puzzle, but it's up to you to choose how it will be solved. You could, of course, subscribe with your debt rectangle, but many more divergent paths lie before you. Perhaps you found yourself in possession of an Amazon Prime account. You would then wake up to discover a free Twitch subscription each month for a channel of your choosing. But this artifact demands renewal, for you must resubscribe each month to quench its unyielding thirst. One need not walk alone. Those who have already found their way can illuminate the path for others via the Gift a Sub button on Twitch. Critical Role is humbled by your subscription and wishes to thank you from behind the thin veil of this fourth wall. We hope you enjoy our content as much as we enjoy making it. And so ends another meandering digression, a complicated parody promo down an indistinct highway to the region we call the Twitch subscription zone.
You will subscribe. Twitch Prime subscribe. Gift subscribe. Subscribe.
Welcome back. So we have our winner of the giveaway. Our Briggs giveaway of the Wormwood Purple Heart tabletop dice tray is Noble Kuwahara. Noble Kuwahara, congratulations. We'll contact you and get that sent off ASAP. Well run.
Mother of Noble Kuwahara.
Indeed. Alrighty.
They sound sexy.
Look at that. Congratulations on 2 points.
Power of a dice tray.
Indeed. So, arriving at the Jor house, entering to the front, ding, 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 ding. You return to a home that is as you left it. Housekeeper now missing.
Oh, yeah.
But does not appear to have been entered or altered since you were last here.
I'm gonna check for traps.
Yeah, it doesn't appear to be. I'm gonna check for signs.
All right.
Coming in.
Investigation check for you. You're looking for what?
Oh.
Signs of foot traffic or people.
30.
30, damn.
Yep.
Dusty footprints.
All right.
What, investigation?
It'd be investigation, yeah.
Dusting footprints is really hard to get on.
21.
All right. Nothing out of the ordinary, and no traps are found. It is as you left it.
We're good to go.
Hey, Yasha.
Wow, I haven't
You're
been
back.
Have you been here before? Yes. You were here.
But she
just
hasn't
hard to
been here
remember.
since, you know.
I know. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna go up and see the mural again.
Okay. As you guys kind of enter, all of a sudden Yasha kind of pushes past and boom, 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 boom. You rush back into your old room and the mural is as beautiful as you remember.
I still can't find the dick. I go back and yell over the stairs. It's still beautiful, Jester.
Oh, good. I'm glad you still like it.
I'm gonna go upstairs and change into something less comfortable. I'll be right back.
Less comfortable?
Well, yeah, because we're in robes.
Would somebody please drop this for fuck's sake?
Sure, just a moment longer.
It takes a while to undo magic, Ford.
I guess I get drunk too.
You could make him look like he's wearing anything, huh?
Next time.
Well, as you guys all get changed, you visually appear in your attire, and it feels strange to get dressed into an outfit that you already look like.
Just sinking in.
Yeah, it takes a little bit of coordination to get it right, but nevertheless, you all managed to achieve it.
That's true. You couldn't tell if it's actually buckled or if it's not. God, they can't. It's loose, but it looks right.
Video game graphics.
It's kind of, yeah. Doesn't quite fit the model.
Yeah.
What time of day is it?
It's challenging to make female models in games, you know.
It's, just pick one.
Well, it's nighttime no matter what.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. The time difference, I'd say it's a little later in the day. So it would be the equivalent, you would surmise at this point after your spa day experience. Probably late afternoon.
Oh, shit.
Good time to drop in.
We should send her a
announce
message.
ourselves.
Should I send a message to her or Essex? Like, maybe he should tell her that we want to talk to her?
That would be the way
That's
to go.
probably proper protocol, yeah?
That would be what I would do.
Okay, I'm going to send a message to Essex.
Alrighty.
Guess who's back? We're back at the Jor house. We miss you so much. We need to talk to the Bright Queen. Are you around? Oh my gosh, you have to hear about everything. That's one word. That. There you go.
Welcome back. It is good to have you returned. Give me just a moment, please. And as you guys kind of gather yourselves a bit, it's a patient 45 minutes or so before Essex makes his way to your door.
4 to 5 minutes or 45 minutes?
45.
45.
45.
It's a power move.
7 hours left on the seeming spell.
You haven't dropped it?
Not yet.
Okay.
Who is it?
It's the Shadow Hand.
Still a cool title.
I'll use my Mage hand, open the door.
Opens and drifts in. Yep.
Thank you.
Well, you all look well. Sorry if it is the wrong time. I
No,
can
it's
come
not
back.
real.
Oh, now I feel bad.
Well played.
Are you okay, Isaac?
Yes. You kind of take a look. He looks a little sleep deprived.
Yeah.
Like he look a little weary.
Everything okay here in Rosanna?
Well, everything is all right, I suppose. The assault on Rexentrum that's orchestrated over the past few weeks was set upon the city until this arrival of a Taldorian dignitary came and invoked your name within the bastion. I take it you know this individual.
Laura.
Right. And she corroborated your concerns regarding the Angel of Iron's cult. And based on that, and based on my backing up your word as well, the Bright Queen recalled the attack on Rexentrum.
Why had the attack been launched in the first place?
Well, it was believed that perhaps this missing beacon of which I'd sent you to seek itself was somewhere within the city, and the attack was sent to draw attention away from the district in where it was initially placed. This was all orchestrated by Taskend Adin Tassithar? Abden Tassithar?
Nadine Gazelle.
Yeah.
Adin Tassithar was pushing for this timing to coincide with the lull following this harvest festival. Since then, we've investigated Adin, found him already halfway across the Ghostlands on his own, shrouded and seeming to attempt to escape.
Wait, what?
He was part of the Angel of Iron's cult. He was part of it.
We ambushed and retrieved him, and have spent the better part of the past day interrogating him.
Oh, wait.
Is that why you look so sleepy?
There's been a lot of work to be done, yes.
So was he the source of the intelligence that the beacon was in Rexentrum to begin with?
It appears, as you say, that Adin was part of this cult, the Angel of Irons, and was working directly with someone within the Empire. Within his chambers, we found traces of these pink crystals. They were part of these devices, the one that you had first brought before the Bright Queen. And we managed to push him to confess he had a correspondence with this Vance figure that you had spoke of, and this Oban that you are chasing.
Oh, he's Oban the Punished now. He kind of had a change in position and title.
And then a nice good squelching.
Yeah, he's kind of like dead now. Or I guess like eternally fucked? Eternally fucked.
So you've managed to exact your vengeance then?
We have.
That's great news.
Took a while. Sorry about that.
It's all right.
We did it.
Big things like this do take time.
I mean, we didn't end everything with the cult, I'm sure, but a big, huge part of it.
And the Vance is also on the run now, on the other side of the conflict.
You should also know we uncovered a shackle, one of the things keeping the Chained Oblivion at bay.
This is what this Allura had said to the Bright Queen, and had made the request for this temporary ceasefire. Also, as you had inferred to me, this other individual that may have been working within our midst to provide the beacons to the Empire, Adin also confessed to secretly trading away these beacons. And
He must have been very high up in the hierarchy to have access to these things.
And why haven't we
He
heard of
was.
him before, if that's the case? How did we miss this guy?
There are many dens. You've only encountered but a few.
How long have you had him in custody for questioning?
2 days.
Any idea of... Hello. Any idea of accomplices?
We are working on that at the moment. He is currently imprisoned and is being held awaiting judgment from the Bright Queen. Once we've exhausted our interrogations and find no more purpose, that is where he will go.
Traded away beacons.
What did he get in return?
That is something we are currently seeking. It would seem perhaps access to this Empire figure, perhaps something to do with the cult itself. We are not sure.
Which Empire figure? Vence?
Possibly.
Do you know how many beacons, or just one?
The two that we were originally missing.
That was going to be a conversation.
I have not yet informed the Queen of these findings, as this was a recent acquisition.
You've had him for 2 days, though?
We've had him for 2 days, but we've only recently been able to get this information out of him.
So she doesn't even...
She's about to.
Well, we have some information for her as well. Maybe we should lay it all on her at once.
Yeah.
Very well. When are you ready to speak with her?
I mean...
Is there any reason why you haven't told her yet? Are you trying to confirm or gather, or...?
If you're going to, in a point of extreme tensions in warfare in which the Queen is impatiently waiting for any sort of concrete proof as to why the ceasefire was necessary, we wanted to make sure that we presented it as an entire package as opposed to piecemeal. It is better, and also we need to cross our T's as well, in the instance that perhaps any of this information is incorrect.
You've done very, very well by us. Would you care to hear what we would have to say now so it doesn't catch you by surprise?
Please.
We can confirm that the Empire does indeed have one of these beacons. We've seen it.
Whereabouts is it located?
North of Rexentrum.
Outside of the city.
We don't know the exact location. They kind of teleported us there.
Right. Is it a place that can be accessed, perhaps? Maybe via Purple Worm?
Yes, but you may not need to. They've agreed to give it back.
In exchange for what?
Peace talks?
A meeting.
Supposedly to perhaps ease tensions between the two nations. And we are as skeptical as you seem to be now. But it still seemed like an opportunity.
Indeed. Curious what it is they want, or what it is we're not seeing here, but if it stems the spilling of blood for the time being, it should at least be entertained. Hopefully.
We have suggested to them a neutral location, neither here nor there, just so that no one would unduly have the upper hand. We are cautious, though, and are loath to bring any danger here. It seems like a difficult path still, but we would like you and the Queen to entertain the idea of easing tensions here. I know how hard line she seems to be, and it is not unfounded. We understand.
She has seen a lot of bloodshed in her years, and I understand where she's coming from. But I think it's worth a conversation. Mind you, for such a negotiation, there would be no personal appearance by her. There would have to be proxies and emissaries and probably speak via mirror or some sort of distance conversational point at the place. So at least these negotiations, if agreed upon, these transferences could take place.
Like a FaceTime talking to another FaceTime? Like that?
I assume that is something of a similar thing as the mirrors, but probably.
We just were holding up two porn books, by the way.
I'm not judging.
FaceTime is a great series.
It's a lot of mouth stuff.
It's in the YA section.
You mentioned crossing your T's. I wonder if perhaps would it be foolish of us to think that an audience might be had with your prisoner? We were firsthand with more of these Angel of Iron cultists. I wonder how they might react to knowing that prominent figures have been dealt with, done, squandered.
That could probably be done. I have to pull some strings, but it could... It would need to be just a...
God, you know what else we could do?
What?
Oh my god, okay. What
50-50 chance is ridiculous.
What if one of us could make ourselves look like Vance? Like we've been caught. And you could throw him in the cell next to your guy and, like, leave them alone a little bit so that they could talk to each other. Maybe get some more information.
Do we know how Vance talks?
We saw him in that vision once, and he was, like, talking to, like, a FaceTime.
Did he have a Zemnian accent?
Someone was sitting on his face.
I believe he did, yes. We can certainly try it, but we have to do it soon. He's
Or,
supposed to be given over for...
If your guy has talked to Oban, maybe one of us could make ourselves look like Oban. We know what he talks like.
It's also possible.
How would he get down in the jail, in the cell?
That's true.
He wouldn't
That's
be thrown in
stupid.
jail, but Vance is a good idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Make it so that it looks like his throat has been slashed and he's raspy.
Oh, that's true.
It would be much easier to bring one person into the prison than 7.
True.
Agreed.
So who would be the one to make this attempt?
I mean, I can change how I appear.
Probably Ford is really good at sounding like
that would
other
be my
people.
second choice, yes.
It has been your specialty in the past.
Yes, yeah. Oh, I don't want to do it.
I could also...
You might have to shave your beard, though.
I can make myself look like other people.
I could always come in and punch him in the face, too. and
Trust me,
distort
there's been
truth.
plenty of punching for 2 days. I do not think that you would maybe...
But do they have magical punches that make people talk?
We have magical means of forcing the truth, if that's what you're talking about.
Fuck. Whatever. Yeah, let's do this plan.
Yeah.
That's a good plan.
I need to know everything about Fence. What did he? How tall is he? What did he look like? What did he sound like?
Tell you exactly. I draw him in my most photorealistic way of drawing.
Oh, we know what he wore.
There's that swath of fabric that we had.
I will give you my... Oh, but you'd have to change. I could give you my armor that can change into any... Oh, wait, we're going to change your appearance. We're fine. Okay.
Could you make yourself look like him for a moment?
Could I make my...
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's
That
a
is
good
the
idea.
perfect
Yeah, I'm going to go that. Just disguise self as him. To make height, everything, absolutely perfect.
Great.
This is what I look like. My name is Vance. I'm an idiot. I am a cultist and stuff.
Oh, that's nice.
I don't actually sound like this.
Did he have his Indian accent?
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah.
And his boss is Ludinus.
You have nachos written in your notes.
Yeah. It is bland.
It was the shard sticking out of the...
Oh, yeah, the barbed fields, yeah.
What was the word? I'm blanking on it for what Vence was. He's not in succession to be part of the assembly, but he's like one of their right-hand people. There was a word.
Correct. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. It's been a while.
Hang on, wait.
It's been a while.
I also wrote down the entire conversation somewhere in here. Fuck,
It's one of those.
Damn it.
Because I take such brilliant notes, your prisoner's name again is...
The prisoner's name was Taskand Adin Tassithar.
Tassithar. Did you say Taskand?
Taskand.
With a T?
Taskhand.
Taskand. Adin Tassithar.
Task hand ass pants.
And I was hearing gas can, all sorts of shit.
If you are to attempt this, I would recommend doing it soon.
No.
As, the longer this information stays unspoken to the Bright Queen, as well as your own concerns,
We should do it right away.
the more tenuous this ceasefire becomes.
He fled.
The forces that were withdrawn from Rexentrum are still beneath it. They did not return.
Oh,
Oh shit.
They are just awaiting word to continue.
oh,
Yeah, they're still in
they're
place.
still there.
Yeah, they're waiting to strike.
The purple worms are still under the city.
The Tascan, when he was ambushed and taken, was he given reason for his capture? Does he know that an operation was thwarted, or they were onto him, or...
All of this has been given elements of it to attempt to force them to fill in the blanks, to prove our curiosity and let them prove that they were involved.
Has he done the normal thing of holding his tongue, or has he been forthcoming? Do you know?
Long threatening to not know what we're talking about and demanding to be released, but upon magical inquiries, forcing of one's will, and through physical persuasion, he managed to excise the truth, and the Tascand has given his hand, if you will.
I have friends as a cantrip, but I've never used it. How the fuck does that work?
Well, you can cast it.
You can't cast it when you're in there, probably. Oh, I have it. Wait, hold on.
Yeah, you have it, I don't. Use it on another person?
You cast it on the person, and it gives you advantage on charisma checks.
It says self. I cast it on myself.
Oh.
Yeah, it just gives you advantage for
charisma checks?
Yeah.
Caleb could use seeming on you, and then you'd be free to cast spells.
Yeah.
It's
That's
good.
what we should do.
For different type of interrogation.
I can do Mask of Many Faces without knocking out a concentration spell.
Oh, okay.
What's that?
Friends is, you have it?
Yeah.
It's 1 minute.
Oh, right.
And I believe at the end of the minute they know
They know.
Yeah.
they've had a spell affect their mind.
I also have
I'm going to give you enhance ability when you're about to go in. That gives you advantage on charisma checks for an hour.
Oh, great.
That is nice.
Brilliant.
And maybe Caleb, you could give him an extra stroke of luck.
Planning to do that.
Okay, I found my notes on that conversation that Jester was relaying when she was scrying on Fence. He mentioned that he had the emblem, that he wanted to meet at the Overcrow. Mentions a female's paranoia. I'm assuming it was that old woman at the...
Cardinal
Actually, I don't
Richelieu?
know.
No.
Maybe. I actually don't know. And he was reading a book entitled The King That Crawls, which we know. Oh, and then he signed off with Angel's Eye.
Ooh, that could help.
Yeah.
At which point you see Essek is in the process of drawing a quick glyph in the air, and you recognize as a sending spell. And Jenny, you speak Undercommon?
Yes, I learned it. It's my most recent.
There you go. Speaks through the sending spell, basically saying, please move the prisoner to one of the binary paired cells.
This is what Essex says?
Yeah, no. The interrogation is to continue.
One of the primary prepared cells?
Binary paired cells.
Paired cells.
Yeah.
Got it.
They call it the Chantry. What was it? The Chantry?
Chantry the Dawn.
Chantry of the Dawn, Father.
And the Bishop
of the Dawn.
What was the
Of the
bishop's name? The guy the fucking dude that was up at the altar?
That was doing the stuff at the...
Cardinal Respa.
Cardinal Respa?
Yeah, and it was a she.
I'm assuming that's who he might have been referring to with her.
Might have been.
Okay.
We've also got Oban you can throw into the conversation.
You could talk about the laughing hand. You could talk about the Orphanek.
Yeah, and what did they call Tharizdun anything? No, they didn't know who they were following.
Tharizdun. I don't think anybody. It's just the angel.
So,
Are you
ready?
Yeah.
Do you want anyone to go with you invisible or anything?
I would not recommend that. There are wards against invisibility within the Dungeon of Penance. You would be revealed upon entry, and it would not aid you in that instance.
Understood. But we should.
Will it show that he's disguising himself? Will
It
that
shouldn't. I can provide a buffer as we pass through.
We should travel with him to
Up
the
until
prison's
it-
entrance.
Yeah. Up until where he won't see us, and then he'll go on alone.
Very well. So you are coming with to the exterior of the dungeon.
Yes. Yeah. This is exciting.
How long once you get to the dungeon? How long to get into the cell?
5 minutes.
Okay, good.
Then come quickly. Let's do this now. You are led back through the Gallimaufry to the tunnels and staircases that go below into the fields of subterranean farmland that provide much of the food and growth that feeds the people of Rosona, until eventually you come to the familiar exterior of the Dungeon of Penance, where you had previously found Yeza, as well as interrogated a captured member of the my brain is not working. The Volstrucker. As you reach the exterior, Essek turns to the rest of you and raises a hand and looks to you, and is currently reaches over and kind of grabs just the back of your shoulders a bit. Looks down. Can you provide perhaps any sort of visual of irons or chains?
Sure. Yes, I'll make myself look like Fence, and then I'll use.
You could borrow some if you'd like.
Yeah, we actually have some.
We have some. Yeah.
You can do that if you want.
Yeah, I'll take out some of the manacles. We have 3 pairs, 2 pairs.
Okay. So apply the manacles. You wanted to cast the spell, you said?
Yeah, I'm gonna go up and put my hands on either side of Hort's face and cast Enhance Ability. Eagle's Splendor. Yeah, so you get advantage on any kind of charisma. I mean, you'll be a smooth talker. You already are, but you'll be an even smoother talker, okay?
Sure.
You should be able to trick him better.
Should.
You can do this, Fort.
Yeah. And some injury to your throat, maybe. So that
Yeah, make it
your
look like
voice...
you're like cut or punched, like a bruise or something, like you're strangled, so it makes sense that
Okay, yeah.
it wouldn't sound exactly like
I'll
yourself.
think about giving myself like a rope burn, like a terrible, terrible rope burn that started to scab up a little bit across my throat in an angle.
Okay.
Fawn, come. Hold the pearl up to his forehead, and you see some geometric halos of white for a moment, and I've cast Fortune's Favor. So you have a luck roll, essentially.
Ooh. So any shit roll I can reroll?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ford, if you do well in there, I'll give you a button.
A button?
A button. But it's not just any button. It was discovered on Buttonbeard's ship.
That's all the inspiration I need. Truly a grand gesture, Nod. Thank you. I'm ready.
What'd you roll for me, Button?
Very well.
It's not, there's no such thing as Buttonbeard. No.
Essek grabs the front of the chains. As part of the shackles, there is kind of a lead to the front and kind of pulls you in alongside, and you guys watch as Essek takes Ford in illusory form into the Dungeon of Penance proper.
it! Be careful, Ford.
Immediately as you step into it, that kind of disorienting effect hits you, and as you step deeper and deeper into it, you know, it's either like gravity pulls at different spaces, or there's something about it that just makes you a little dizzy. Your eyes have a hard time focusing. There's, and you recall as the times you've been here, there's some sort of enchantment within here that is designed to ensure that you and possibly other people who step through these halls have a hard time really remembering where they're walking or keeping tabs on the layout of the interior.
As we're moving, I'll whisper to Essek, how long will I have?
Well, I don't know. It has been a very thorough investigation, and whatever information you might get could be filled with lies, could be that they are confused. Just don't make it too forceful to gather in attention that would make this a curiosity. This is off the books, as you would say.
Black bag, like it.
Leads you down a few more corridors, a long staircase that goes to a floor that you've not been on. And eventually you come upon, there are 2 cells that are next to each other, separated by a wall, and in the center of the wall there is what looks to be a small window of bars, intentionally placed for prisoners that have some means of interfacing. And you are thrown into the chamber, and as it kind of floats into the shadows, one of the guards at their post kind of stands there and waits, but off to the side. As you're kind of tossed in, you get a quick glance in the corner and you can see there's a figure curled up across like the stone bed platform, I guess you would call it. It's not made for comfort by any means, but in tattered, ragged, Rossona-style clothing, very affluent at one point probably, but now torn and dirty. Do you see a drow male curled up on the edge? And as you impact and land, the figure kind of stirs slightly. And then you're inside the chamber now.
And is this square between the walls small or is it large?
It's small. It's about like that big.
I'll stand up and head towards the doors and shout out after the one that threw me in a better Zemnian accent than I can do. You can't keep me in here! No response. I'll go and I'll walk by the square. Is he looking or going back to sleep? Are his eyes open?
The figure is kind of glancing up and looking in your direction, but hasn't got up yet.
I'll clear my throat.
A few moments pass.
Eye contact at all?
You're looking up through it now?
Mm-hmm.
About a minute later, the head shifts again, and from what little bit of light there is from the dull torch sconce across the way, you can see a little bit of a flash of kind of wet eyeballs that look in your direction.
I'll look away and move away from the square.
You very faintly hear the shuffling.
I'll wait for a minute. Does it sound like he's moving any closer?
You've heard movement.
I'll wait another minute. I'll get up and walk to the doors, look around, shuffle back towards the square, and just do one eye to look through.
Mm-hmm.
What do I see?
You see a male drow face. Bloodied, one eye is swollen, nearly shut. Hair tattered and matted, and this is kind of breathing a little heavy.
You're looking in my direction?
Yeah.
Angel's eyes.
Why do I know you?
Shh. I'll move away from the window. Sit back down. I'll wait 2 minutes.
Okay.
And without making myself visible through the window, I'll say, what do they know?
They've pulled me from my station and accused me of things. But I did them. But I don't know how. I know you, but I don't know how. I feel like I'm going crazy.
Our time here will be rewarded. Stand fast.
What are you talking about?
We succeeded in Rexentrum. The Angel of Irons is one step closer to being free.
I don't know this angel. No, I do. How? Who are you? Your fence. Why do I know this? Shh.
Cardinal Respa sends his regards. Her regards.
The head kind of comes back up and looks at you, and the eyes are wide, or at least the one that isn't partially swollen, and tense, and there's like sweat currently mingling with the blood that was partially dried and caked on that side, the forehead that you can see. It's like,
I don't know about what you're talking about.
Very good. Very good. Your delivery is successful.
I don't know why I did what I did. It doesn't make any sense.
He kind of pulls away from the hole, and you hear the body kind of scrape and slide against this other side of the stone wall. And you hear crying.
Traded for the beacons. Find out what he traded for the beacons.
Did he trade them?
He traded the beacons for something.
Angela Vince.
That's what we're trying to find out.
I don't remember that part.
That's what we're trying to find out.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's fine. We talk this shit out at home. We can talk it out. Talk it out.
What did you... Really?
D&D game. Talk it out.
What were you given in exchange for the beacons?
There's a long silence. And the sobbing continues a bit. And then through the sobbing you hear, it doesn't, I would never give away the heart of our city. But I did. For money? Why? Nothing makes sense. Nothing in here makes sense.
Yeah, we gotta do this.
Nothing makes sense.
And he smashes his face. Stop. Hold.
At which point, kind of exhales, and you hear nothing for a moment. And then
he's fucking knocked himself out. Hey. Hey, Task Cat. You with us? Hey. Hello? Hey. Shit. That accent. Sorry. I'll like walk over to the bars and be like, hey, guard, come here. Come here.
the guard looks over.
I can't see. I can't see him. Is he passed out?
The guard just stays at the station. Essek, as you get up, Essek is still in the shadows, about 15 feet back, kind of against the wall, and kind of turns and looks in the other direction.
I mean, are you worried about prisoner welfare? It sounded like he was hurting himself. I'm just making sure he's alive.
Essek kind of slowly drifts to the edge and looks over. He's asleep.
Oh, that's good. Thank you for quieting my concerns. You know, I think I would like to confess some of my crimes. Perhaps I can do that to someone of a high station. I'm ready to leave.
Very well. Opens the door, the guards help, takes the chain and leads you out. Closes it behind.
You bastard! You're so strong! Come on, You'll never take me alive!
You're overselling
You floating
it.
fuck!
It was a waste of
It really was.
What was that?
No, I take it back. I'm sorry.
Don't oversell it. And drags you along slowly through the interior of the Dungeon of Penance once more.
So weird in here.
By design, friend, by design. Pulls you outside. You guys watch as Essek emerges, holding the chain, pulling behind the rugged-looking vents.
We all cheer. Yeah, he's back! You did it! What'd you find out? All the stuff?
Well, I totally didn't forget to ask what he traded for the beacon delivery. Thank God.
That's good. That would have been an important question.
He seemed to be quite disoriented, and
Oh, no, the other guy.
Yeah.
the other guy. I was worried about that.
I don't think he chose to do what he did. It sounds like he was under some sort of control, mind control. Is that a real thing?
Yasha!
Yasha was mind controlled. We
It's
think.
exact.
Yes, not.
But did you knew that it was not you doing those things, right? Or was it confusing at times?
Yeah, it was very confusing at times, but I mean, I knew that I was a puppet. I mean, I didn't have control over the things that I was doing, but I knew I was doing them.
It could very well be a similar type
I wonder
effect.
if Vince was also a puppet.
But you knew the source. Yeah?
Yeah.
Imagine if you didn't know the source.
He acted as if he didn't know why he did these things or why he seemed to have taken money for the delivery of the beacons. He didn't know why he did that. And then he smashed his face against a wall several times. He's dead now.
What?
Yeah, it's just a horrible tragedy.
Oh, fuck.
No, he's alive. He seemed genuinely confused. He seemed to recognize Fence's face and also the greeting, Angel's eyes.
Angel's eye?
Yep. I might have made it plural in the room, which
Yeah, you
might have been what the look was for. Why add an S? I don't know.
It was, your first time playing that character. It's
Yeah, I mean,
some things are
honestly,
gonna
I didn't
slip.
get a rehearsal or anything.
Sneaky,
It's just actor's nightmare, straight out on. Yep.
You have to make strong choices.
Yep.
Imagine if you were told not to think about what you did.
I mean, is memory modification a thing that
Yeah.
happens? It is?
Yeah. I mean, I can do it.
I can, well,
What?
You do?
What do you mean?
I can do stuff like that.
I could make you think that something different happened than happened.
I mean, it sounds very similar to what Yasha went through.
All the time or just once?
Well,
It is a very dangerous magic for someone to be playing with.
I haven't ever played with it. I know that it's,
Speaking
important.
of which, your abilities are very strange compared to the Empire. I mean, just being in here is sort of nauseating. Does the beacon or your practices allow anyone to control the mind of someone else in that way?
Dunamancy does not work in that way. There are many sorts of magic and arcane spells that can alter one's experience, a memory from what I've heard, but that does not fall within the purview of Dunamancy by any means.
I mean, it's no short spell. He would have had to have been under control for a while. Gain access to the beacons, make these exchanges, deliver them.
To be fair,
This is true.
he would have been the fourth person that we knew that was under a constant, long-standing control within the skull.
Yasha, the task hand.
The laughing hand.
The laughing hand, and the unbreakable. Or the
Inevitable end.
Unbreakable face.
Who knows with
Bruce Willis.
who knows with people like Vence or Cardinal Respa or maybe
Oh my god, what do you think?
anyone
We're
else?
all under a spell.
We've already learned from what we've researched with the Chain Oblivion that he was guised under this cult of the Angel of Irons. It seems more righteous than what it is. It's all manipulative to get him to rise under some other form of a deity that's false. So
Well,
his
no one
entire
wants to bring about absolute destruction of everything, so I would imagine, yeah.
Do you have a mark on the back of your neck? Did it leave a scar or a...
Oh yeah, the thing. Can I look? Can I look and see?
Give it a look.
Is it still there?
There is a brief mark there that's reminiscent of what was there, though it has begun to heal.
Did you see
Essek, come here. Look at this. Look at this mark. I show exactly what it looks like. You should see and see if see if that guy has the same mark, and then you know that he was mind controlled. Maybe
I will inspect. Give me a moment.
if it was not his choice, you know. I know it's hard, but maybe he shouldn't be punished quite as harshly because, you know, maybe.
That is not for my judgment to make.
Well, if I don't know, if there's an emergency, I could also speak to him in a different way from someone who has had a similar experience to him. If violence is not working to get the answers that you need, maybe I could try relating to him.
Well, we have the answers we need. But what answers are you looking for, I would ask?
Well, maybe, I don't know, who was doing this? I don't know.
Yeah, sure.
I wonder if
Just in case
Oban
it's
got
somebody besides Oban.
True, or if he had any more connections here.
Maybe Oban was like one of several generals for the Chained Oblivion, you know, in like a pyramid scheme. So if it wasn't Oban that mind controlled him, then who was it?
I think it was probably Oban that mind controlled him.
It was probably Oban that mind
I
controlled
think the question
But-
really is if he knows that he was mind controlled, maybe he
I
can
think that's the thing to me.
start
if he didn't know.
saying if he talked to anybody else.
Well, let's have Essek look at the back of his neck. That'll be first thing, and then we'll get more answers from that.
Jester, you should know. He said he hated weasels.
Why?
I don't know.
Did he say when he was controlled he hated widows, or was it normally?
Outright, they wither and die if not left out into the wild. They are not pets or. Oh,
Is that true? Sprinkle says he's real happy. Exactly where he is.
She's squeezing me.
Let Essek check, and then perhaps if it turns up what we fear it does, then a new line of questions is in order.
Yeah.
Not why have you betrayed your people, but how long have you been experiencing this? Do you remember meeting anyone? Do you remember a trigger?
Yeah, if I don't know, if there's any other answers you guys need.
Stiff as a board.
Sorry.
Like a cat scratcher.
Only 6 a week.
He's not dead, he's not dead, he's alive! Stop it.
He's bloated.
Wait,
He's
wait.
just an airplane pillow now.
Eat it! Wait, 1 second.
You're terrible.
Oh, he's alive, he's alive! Move, show them. Move! See?
Show them your fire!
Did he move? He did, he bit my finger, okay? He's fine.
Rigor mortis is a bitch.
I'm fighting every urge to make a cannon, but I'm not gonna do
He's not
that.
dead. Just think of it like anytime he seems like he's a little bit, I give him a little healing spell. He's okay.
She's just weekends at burning him at this point. Oh, he bit me! Oh, that's very naughty, Sprinkle.
Been to the other side 12 times.
Stop it, he's alive. Stop it, stop it. It's not canon, he's alive. Stop it.
He's alive. It's
Keep it up for CPS.
Welcome to the Bates Motel.
Maybe we could, you know, if we find a very beautiful place, we could let him go into a forest.
Are you talking about the prisoner?
No, I'm talking about
Sprinkle wants to say, you know, I asked Sprinkle if he wanted to go hang out with what's his name, the guy that likes the animals. What's his name?
Yeah, the guy's the wizard. The wizard man.
Yeah. I asked him. And Sprinkle came back to me, okay? He didn't want to go to Orphan House. He wanted to stay with me. You all.
Mother?
Another kitty
Staying the fuck out of this, man.
Essek, go check on the guy's neck.
He's already gone.
Okay,
Okay.
God, I can't see straight.
Oh my
Oh man.
That's amazing.
Wow. Oh wow. Essek returns a few moments later and says,
What does the light mean? Sorry.
I did not see any mark on the back of his neck, but
Insight check.
make an insight check.
He's telling the truth.
18 plus 5. Ooh, I'm so insightful.
18 plus 5.
Whispers for Nut!
Oh, dude, I just realized what you
Light us.
Skillshare is a wonderful.
Don't talk through your whisper.
Don't talk to them.
Oh my god, that's the funniest shit.
Eat it!
I nearly
Eat it! Oh my god,
I
Jester.
nearly passed out.
No, he just
Pickle's dead.
I started getting tunnel vision.
Dead for weeks.
I could like see down the hall.
Just completely mouth agape.
And a expression of terror.
Oh, look, he's eating.
He's very picky.
Nope, not running out again.
He's been dead since the Underdark.
So, it is curious if this is the assumption that perhaps this Oban figure had him under his control, there would be this mark, you said? Since it's not there, it's a possibility that either it was removed or perhaps there was other magic involved in erasing a trace.
Could have been something else.
Was the mark forcefully removed from you or anything?
Oh, it was actually.
That could be the difference.
Oh.
But
Certainly explains a few things, though, doesn't it?
does not seem to be in a physical state for future interrogation necessarily. And time draws short with the Bright Queen, so if we are to make our cause there, we should definitely get on our way to the Bastion.
Okay. We're going to talk to her.
While we walk to the Bright Queen, because I want to keep this going, have we scryed on vents here lately?
Well, he's got a
He's got
thing.
protection against.
But I can try it, but
he's like,
it would be really, really
No,
hard
he's
to
got
scry.
something to
He's
rock
got a
it.
thing like
He's got
The only way he would not have it is if the Empire has caught up to him. Yeah. So he is either off the grid or.
Like, it's impossible to scry on you. It doesn't, sometimes work and sometimes doesn't.
For him, I think it is impossible because he is most likely traveling alone. I am a bit compromised because you are all not protected like I am, so.
Should we always stay a little bit away from you?
I hope not.
Could scry on Darrow to see who his client is.
I was thinking about that, actually.
But that's not
because
urgent.
he's, not going to tell us. We could just find out on our own.
Fuck that guy.
No, don't fuck that guy. He's not, fuck him if Ford doesn't like him, but he's pretty nice. I thought he was funny.
How long was he down there?
In the prison?
Prison, from what you hear, roughly 2 days.
Or no, Ford.
Ford. Ford was gone from you guys, I'd say, for about altogether 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Probably a little longer
Quickest
than that.
prison
with travel and
stint
everything.
ever.
Yeah, that was a short. Yeah.
How do you feel being locked up for so long?
Jeez, man. Go to the sky. Like,
Scared straight.
All right, so are you stopping to scry on anybody, or
Oh.
you want to try it?
No, we
You
should
wanna do it like
low,
now?
That's low priority. Let's get to the queen.
Let's get to the right.
yeah, let's do it.
Okay. You make your way back up to the surface of Rosohna. At this point, it is evening, though the light has not changed throughout the sky. You make your way to the Lucid Bastion, and along the escort of the Shadowhand Essek, led within, some of the guards give some odd looks, recognizing your arrival not long ago in very different attire.
Well, we look the same, just
Ford, really.
Well, not all of you got seeming immediately.
That's true.
You made a little ways through the Lucid Bastion before the seating was applied.
And then changed for some reason.
Yeah. But you are, there is no wait period, actually. You are brought to the antechamber where you had previously had to wait, but there is immediately, as Essek pushes forward, escorting you, the doors open into the interior, the Bright Queen's chamber, the glowing white orb of light above, the chains still holding it affixed. arcing at an angle to all the far corners of the climbing crystalline interior. You can see the climbing stairs that lead to the various members of the dens that comprise the council around the Bright Queen, and the conversation is all about, let's see, two of you make a perception check.
Not me.
I'll take one.
I'll do it.
Oof, that's not my best, but that's okay.
Oh, I got 1.
Okay. Unable to make out the details of any of the hushed conversations and kind of arguments that are happening, and you hear the din around you, but the wide expanse that is the interior of this chamber causes a little bit of an echo and reverb effect, and you're unable to make out the specifics. But it seems to be heated, and as you approach, dying down a bit as attention begins to come to you and Essek as you approach. There you can see, atop the throne, the Bright Queen herself kind of stands as you approach, and Essek raises a hand and then kneels before the Bright Queen. You all kneel as well?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The Bright Queen looks, places her staff to the side. The echo of the impact kind of
What is she
throughout the
wearing?
room.
I know, I was gonna do the same thing. What is she wearing?
Fabulous.
She looks fabulous as always. Given the recent events, you can see beyond the dress when you first made her appearance. This one falls more in line with the more armored attire. There, the dress portion of it is shorter, just going just past the floor and ankles. The armor itself, similar to the one you saw her last adorned with. You can see the same crest of horns, but as opposed to a crown, it's a little more of a helmet with like these kind of sides that curl out a bit. And she looks like she's a little more stepping towards a battle-ready persona.
Oh, shit.
As she looks out amongst all of you, goes, Mighty Nine, welcome back. You have been quite the topic of conversation recently. And gives a motion for you all to rise and approach. A friend of yours recently stormed our own doors claiming manipulation in the name of an unseen enemy. A name we recognize, though seldom more than a fairy tale. To her credit, she holds no benefit I can see in meddling in the affairs of our continent, and staked your names on this warning, which was a persuasive appeal, enough to stem the tide of blood where it might have been earned. So, our distant ears tell a tale of a battle of another kind beneath the city, one that you all seem to have survived in Rexenstrom. Well done. These same ears have also heard of your arrival at the Imperial Castle. A strange destination for such self-proclaimed expatriates. Explain yourselves.
Expatriate?
We should take care of this.
Probably. Do you want us to Empire?
Oh, I'm not even from. Well,
Well,
all right.
neither are we.
That's fair.
And maybe that clarification is
We
warranted.
can understand your, the way this may have looked. I'm sure it's certainly quite confusing. We've been on the trail, as we've said before, of these cultists of the Angel Lions. Our search led us to Rexenstrom, back into the Empire, where we thwarted our foes in an effort, in their efforts to break one of the shackles that was holding a far greater foe, the Chained Oblivion. We toppled some of our quarry and have uncovered a bit more about your previous inquiries, beacons, the Empire's involvement, their knowledge of your Luxon.
We had reason to believe that this beacon is being held by the Cerberus Assembly within the capital of Rexenstrom. Have you confirmed this with your eyes, then?
No.
Yeah, we've confirmed that it is not within the city of Rexenstrom.
Essek immediately takes her gaze, and Essek goes, My queen, we have, as you know, arrested one of our higher dens, and you see he makes a gesture towards one of the empty chairs within the chamber.
Oh, fuck.
And the interrogation has been fruitful. As much as it hurts us to admit, our very own task-hand Hadin has admitted to the deed of both giving aid and progressing the interests of this cult of the Chained Oblivion, and was responsible, it seems, for giving our beacons to the Empire in the first place. The room immediately goes into whispers and pearl-clutching gasps, and the Bright Queen immediately slams her staff twice in the ground to silence the room. Indeed. Well then, that reckoning will be something to deal with.
May I speak, Your Majesty?
Please.
The Angel of Iron's cult is well known for mind control. It's one of the tools that they use the most within their ranks. And we have reason to believe that some of the people that were doing deeds for them didn't even do it by their own fruition.
Then, pray tell, who is this individual who might have been responsible for influencing the mind of one of our great leaders here?
Well, there was a man working named Oban who was a very high up. I think he was a devil.
You had mentioned this figure before.
Yes. He could disguise himself as other people. He was controlling people that we know to do terrible things. And some of his followers were not by choice. If it's possible, he may have come across your task hand and done the same to him.
We have reason to believe that your ally was at least under some sort of mind influence.
And you had been seeking this Oban, yes?
We have for quite a while.
He's really bad.
And how close are you to bringing him to justice?
That guy's sloshed.
We are happy to report that Oban has been dealt with quite handily. He has failed at his task and has not only been punished by us, but also the god that he serves.
Including some of those that he had control over, breaking free, turning on him, and helping us to destroy him.
And these individuals that have been broken free, they renounce the things they've done.
I don't know anyone who didn't.
I'll step forward. I was one of those people. And I should hope that if I was ever in the position of judgment that I didn't choose to do the things that he had me do. But we took care of him, and he is now a blob.
Come closer, please.
Step closer.
And do you believe you are redeemable?
I should hope so.
Well, my judgment will stand as it will be, based on what arises. I thank you for your counsel. As we have no Oban to punish within Rosohna, punishment must still be dealt for the terrible deed that has been done against us and our people. The woman sitting in the chair next to the Bright Queen, who you've seen before, quiet, armored, very much kind of a what you would assume to be a military figure of very high station, steps forward. Another female drow goes, "My queen." The room kind of gets quiet and people turn this. "I implore you to listen and keep your temperament outside the judgment of law. Please." This is an insolent thing. In the chain of royal command, this would be easily punished in the other court. And the Bright Queen turns and softens and goes, "Of course, it will. So, Essek, the prisoner will be ready for judgment tomorrow, I hope, if not sooner." "Yes, my queen. The prisoner is in a difficult physical state. Tomorrow would be best. We can continue our interrogation, but the confession stands. But hopefully, mercy can be considered." She looks about. Very well.
If we may,
there is another issue to be reported.
Yes, we have a further development. You will be interested to know.
Then please, share it with us.
Well, as you know, the Empire is in possession of another one of your cherished artifacts. They would like to return it to you.
That gasp and hush sound is replaced with an absolute still silence that hangs and hangs and hangs. Surely you're jesting.
We have had an audience with Dwendal, as you know. We are not operatives. For the Empire, we stand between two nations and still desire the very same thing we told you before. Dwendal and the Assembly are offering to return a beacon to you. And I must confess, we have our suspicions about their intentions. But I would beg you to delineate between those running the Empire and its people. We are here to represent the people of the Empire, and we would like to seize this opportunity to make amends, not for everything, not for all the wrongs done to you and yours, but a start. And we must tread carefully, Your Highness, because those at the top, the Assembly especially, I fear are trying to bend the situation to their will and gain the upper hand against you. And we do not want that to happen. We want to use this to end the violence against their will. I do not serve you. We do not serve you, and we do not serve King Dwendal or the Assembly. There is something far worse, something far greater than a nation coming for either of your peoples. Tharizdun is coming. And Caleb puts his hands down and his head down and gets as supplicant as possible. I beg of you to see the greater threat to this world.
Make a persuasion check.
I want to say it's cock, but it's mostly that. So it's low.
It's a low cock?
It's a low cock. It's a 9.
It's a 9.
How perfect.
Yeah.
As you're prostrate, she slams the staff on the ground. Please, no need to lie there before me.
I beg to differ. And he stands.
I cannot lie, I am very curious as to the circumstances surrounding this sudden offering. But I'm also not interested in discarding an opportunity and retrieving it. I don't know if I necessarily fear this shadowed name you invoke more than I fear the violence of man. But we want what is ours. Do you have any idea what they wish in return for this beacon?
Talks of peace.
That's what they say.
They were also coming to terms with treachery within their midst. I think both of you have that in common at the moment, of how this cult has manipulated events.
Aiden has his own counterpart on the Empire side, by the name of Vence. I believe we've mentioned him to you in the past.
Essek raises his hand and goes, this Vence they speak of is, I believe, closely tied with the Martinet of the Assembly. So, while we are uncertain how deep that hole goes, the treachery runs to the top within the Empire as well.
They suddenly find themselves not knowing how much they don't know. They're afraid. I think now's the time to talk.
You make a persuasion check.
Come on, Caddy.
22. Fear is a powerful motivator.
Always interesting when it's something that two peoples have in common.
She looks back again at the captain, who's kind of standing behind her, and the captain kind of puts her hand on the shoulder and gives her a stern look. And where would you like this mediation to take place?
We were thinking at sea, actually. A neutral place, away from both the Empire and the Dynasty.
Such as?
Well, there's a lovely cove that we could launch some ships from in Nicodranus.
Nicodranus.
It's wonderful this time of year.
Beautiful city.
Yes.
We would look to probably bring our ships through the Lucidian Ocean, maybe by ways of the White Dawn Lagoon. We could meet somewhere in between.
In between?
The lagoon and Nicodranus, you mean?
Yes.
Just somewhere on the Menagerie Coast?
Oh, wait, we don't. This isn't the Menagerie Coast map.
Wrong map.
There we go.
Move down, move down.
Where's Rumblecusp?
And we assume that you would not go in person, Your Highness. But
No, of course not. That would be sheer folly. But we have.
You may need to report.
You got fancy mirrors.
Who would go?
We have means of communicating, and I'm certain the High Royalty and the King's Court have such artifacts also at their availability.
So we'd be bringing a few artifacts out onto a boat, and the artifacts would sort of talk to each other?
Along with
Some dignitaries, I'm assuming.
small groups
Some people.
to
Or would it just be the artifacts?
We will meet here along the southern edge of the Menagerie Coast. Neutral land, non-war-bearing ships. Them to bring their mirror, we shall bring ours. Representatives at the ready to begin negotiations. The beacon is to be brought as well, to be transferred upon agreement only.
We can have the meeting aboard our ship if we have to.
Yeah, we have a really nice one.
It's called the Ball Leader.
That was unnecessary.
It's not a warship.
We will
though.
bring our prisoner, this traitor, and should they catch this Vence, they bring theirs. Maybe somewhere in between, we could learn something.
And what if they do not find Vence? Or is that a non-negotiable?
Then the negotiation becomes strained, but not impossible. No arms at the immediate table. Any signs of challenge, strangeness, dubiousness from the king and his people? If we feel this talk is unsafe for my men and women, it is off. And while I appreciate what you've brought here and the information you've provided, you will not be necessary at this negotiation.
Oh, man.
That's sort of our thing that we...
That was a request at the behest of King Dwindle. We are your liaisons that Alora mentioned would be reporting to you. I'm afraid we are tasked to see this to the end.
And we are unsure of the Assembly's intentions, but you should not be unsure about ours.
I think you want us there. I really do.
We have skin in this game, so to speak. We would not put your men or women in a treacherous position if we are right alongside them.
Make a persuasion check, Bo.
Yeah. Did she get an assist from Ford?
Let's say you get an assist from Ford on that, so you have an advantage.
Yeah.
Come on. Thank God for that assist. 18. Wasn't
18.
that one on
I'll consider it. It is a strange request. I did not see you sell swords and adventuring types interested in the details of political negotiation. But
We're
if
not.
that is your prerogative,
It's not.
We mean to lend an air of accountability.
Our objective is our own and always has been, as Mr. Widowgast has just previously stated.
The soul of the Empire is at stake.
As is the soul of the dynasty, and perhaps the world at large. We mentioned this when we spoke in the past. Nothing has changed. If anything, all of the information that has gleamed in the past several weeks has proved what we tried to warn months ago, that this war was staged by greater forces.
you certainly surprise me, Mighty Knight. Very well. Take this word back to this king. See if they find this scenario accommodating.
Just one more detail. would you prefer a specific date, or should we leave it vague for security reasons for now?
We have means of communicating once you've made this contact. But I believe it is the personal touch that ties the threads of this at the beginning. Essek, you have means, I can communicate with them while they're on the road, and they have one who is eager to communicate regardless of the circumstances.
Unlimited calling card.
Good. Notify us of the response from the Empire. From there, we'll handle the details. We'll let you know when the date is struck. And, thank you and good luck.
I do have a question. When do you plan on, when is your prisoner planned to be put on trial?
None of this changes things. This individual that we have, this traitor, might be a useful tool in this negotiation. So for now, judgment is stayed.
And can you promise to maintain the ceasefire until these talks?
As long as the Empire does, of course. But if I hear word of any Kryn lives lost, any waste folks slain until this date, we commence.
Yeah, that's fair.
Of course. You have our endless gratitude. We thank you for your patience.
She sits upon the throne, and that powerful, hard, driven persona that you saw when you first arrived and have seen since these escalations drops once more into a softer smile, one reminiscent of when you first delivered the beacon. She sets the staff aside and places the hands crossed to the front of her knees. You are unique. Now go.
Do you know how to reanimate a dead weasel?
Transfer its soul into another weasel.
Give it life from your beacon.
Essek gives a kneel and turns.
We bow, we leave.
You guys make your exit from the chamber back into the center of the Lucid Bastion. Once you pass by the antechamber doors closing behind, even Essek's like,
Oh my gosh.
That went really well.
That actually went really well.
Like, even by the standard, I mean, like, I know that we set the bar like a very.
Really,
I know I
really
don't
low.
like saying it that often, but like, wow.
We
Like,
normally fuck things up pretty good.
for like a normal bar, that was pretty good.
Thank you, Caduceus.
Yeah.
I had a good feeling about you in this one. I didn't want to say it ahead of time in case I was wrong. But I kind of had a feeling that you would be the one to push us over the edge.
but, and Essek Sternentop says, but let us all take a moment to appreciate the contributions of everyone brave enough in that room to step up before that council and speak. I myself am still impressed of what you managed to push forward.
Thank you as well.
Say we
would not have had as much sway here without your resistance.
Of course not. And strangely, neither would I. So, do you need a lift back to your home?
A lift?
To the Empire.
No, we can do that. We're actually okay.
Oh,
yeah.
All right. Sorry, I just assumed it's been all right.
You've done so much for us.
What were you saying, Caduceus? Should we
Well, Yasha's got some shopping we should pick up before we go.
Yeah.
Bracelets, so
yeah,
we
but
could sleep in our beds tonight.
We probably have to get it tomorrow morning.
Yeah, we'll sleep at the house and then we'll head
Have a
back. Is
proper-
that okay? I can send message along that we've had talks and that we will be arriving tomorrow.
We should do that and reassure the ceasefire and make sure that no one attacks anybody.
Yeah.
Cause
Who should I send a message to?
Probably Ludinus, yeah.
But not tonight.
No. I should send them a message tonight.
Yeah, as soon as possible.
Yeah. If anyone kills, if anyone kills a green soldier, we're fucked.
Yeah.
As
All
soon
right,
as
all right,
possible,
all right.
yeah. That is a good idea. Let
While
him
we're
know.
walking, I'm going to send them a message.
Nope.
Oh my gosh. We just talked to the Bright Queen. Things are looking good. Maintain the ceasefire. Super important. We'll be arriving tomorrow to talk.
Matt's impressed.
We all are.
Efficient.
That was informative and concise.
That was good. I don't care what everything goes to heck tomorrow. Today was good.
Because we rested yesterday because we went to the spa.
Self-care.
Well done.
Thank you.
I assume we expect your arrival soon.
I was just talking out loud to him, talking to me. What did he say?
Your arrival
well
soon.
done. We expect your arrival soon.
Okay. That's good. He said well done.
Yeah.
Great.
Okay.
No fighting, right?
I was like responding to a voicemail. Oh, thanks. Shit, what did he say?
Keep the ceasefire super important. Yeah.
I was counting words. I wasn't listening.
Yeah.
Essek breaks rank with you to head towards his business. You make your way back towards the Jor house.
Bye, Essek. You can come by tonight and get some dinner or something if you want to. We miss
haven't
you.
done any shopping or anything.
Yeah.
It's pretty empty in there.
Oh.
I'm gonna.
I
You want to
appreciate
bring
the
dinner
offer.
over?
I have my own work and research to continue, but well done. Impressive work. Just hope it sticks. And he drifts off.
Cool.
I like him.
Yeah. Wonder what work he has to do so late.
I don't know. I mean, maybe he's got to go torture that guy some more.
That's true. Yeah.
Could have a second job. I mean, people have two jobs.
Who knows what the Shadow Hand really does? I mean, that's probably.
You guys have arrived at the Jor house by now if you want to. So you're in your private space.
Do you think he's a family man?
Think he's a family?
Have we ever asked him about himself?
We don't know anything about Essek. Have we been to his house?
What's his mother's name?
His mother's
Question. Nobody knows that.
Does he have a significant other or anything like that?
I don't know.
I feel like I've tried.
I think we asked if he was single.
Yeah, and he was like, "Ooh, I'm aloof. I'm Essek."
Should I call him and ask him?
No. Hey,
You should send him a message right now. He hasn't even gotten that far.
See if he was lying about working. If he just actually had to go.
Jester, you know what you
Go have
need
a
to
date.
do.
Okay, I'm gonna send him a message.
just say
Okay.
ASL.
Destiny.
Essek. We don't know anything about you. I just realized we should really hang out more.
Uh-huh.
Are you single? Do you have kids?
Swipe right.
Swipe right? Also, mom's name?
Social Security
Vegan?
That was quick. I'm not particularly interesting. Don't like to talk about myself. Don't worry. Just happy to be around.
Cat person.
He's shy. He says he's not very interesting, but we know that's a lie.
Yeah, anybody who says that
It's
is
super interesting. Didn't answer my questions at all.
So what are we supposed to do tonight? Night in Jor house. Jor house. Jor house.
Shore house and
Pictionary.
Shore house.
Jor house is Jor house.
Hey, Yasha.
Yeah.
You're definitely redeemable.
Thank you, Jester. I think so. But I don't know. You just never know for sure.
Anybody who plays harp as good as you?
Well, that was just one time. We'll see. I'm going to try to get better, though.
That's a good point. We haven't heard the bone harp and the bone flute together.
Oh, God.
Should we give it a go?
I mean, we
Maybe, you know, we can make a cocktail, do a little, like, you guys do a little jam
I'm gonna
sesh
start the
for
spiritual weapon up.
Yeah, yeah. We could practice, you know, for your entrance.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put a fire on.
I'm gonna go get the booze.
I'm summoning Frumpkin.
Okay.
I'll go over to Caleb. Caleb, before we hear this delightful music, which I'm sure is going to be amazing, Essex seemed okay with you today, right?
I don't know.
Are you guys hugging as you're having this
We're in
conversation?
private and we're spooning.
Our lights are on the air.
Yeah, our anuses are focused on the sun.
There's no sun here. I can't do it.
That's true.
So this SPF
Moon
is
charge.
useless.
That's all UVB.
I'm going to use create undead on the weasel.
We're moon mooning.
It's been a while since we've seen Essex, and so I don't know.
Yeah.
He just seemed a little funky back there.
Yeah, maybe I could have whiffed that as well, but I don't know what is bringing it about. We owe him favors.
We owe him everything.
And he has not asked. Worth it, though.
What do you think? I'm a little bit worried.
Tell me.
Something in the way he was behaving when we were at that prison was funny to me. Do you think it would be a terrible idea? Because many of my ideas are. If I asked Jester to scry on that prisoner?
Well, the prison is pretty well guarded from that sort of thing. And if it weren't, I would agree with you. I want to be wrong so badly. I think I'm just still paranoid, but I have not let my guard down entirely for him. But maybe we are assholes, so.
That is true. Tanned assholes.
Not in these climes.
You were amazing back there, by the way. It occurs to me that you've walked into that palace, that throne room, twice now and offered them a beacon or the promise of a beacon. They must think you are fucking God.
She did not look that impressed with me, to be honest.
She looked pretty impressed. I was impressed.
I hope we are doing the right thing. I hope this is our biggest con ever. I hope it pans out.
Oh, yeah.
Not at risk.
Well, do you have any cotton?
I do.
Can you shove some in my ears?
Shots. 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 Get ready for this. Shots. Shots.
What
Shots.
even is this?
I found it under the sink.
Caleb
This is cleaner.
All right, let's hear it.
Spiritual weapon.
Is this all, by the way, that it can do? Yeah. Okay. Well, no. It is a flute in the sense that there are means you're learning as you're kind of finding it. There are certain places where you can change the key, but the sound is pretty consistent.
Always going to be extreme.
Yeah. It screams of different tonalities. I'd like you all to make performance checks, please.
Yes.
Frumpkin is meowing really loud.
Yep.
Cat howling.
No, no.
What'd you get?
10.
We're gonna
5. 12.
13.
This is back when we were young.
Oh no.
They don't do this anymore, I don't think. But every now and then, there'd be like a day of school in elementary school. They would pass out recorders. And that first moment, any kid in that class got a recorder. It was about 30 seconds of before the teacher had to shut everyone up. This is a grand orchestra of that.
Yep.
Echoing throughout the Jor house, peacefully quiet, dark and empty in this little nestled neighborhood in the Galamafri district of Rosona. As we pull back through the windows of the interior soft glow, the lit tree that looms over the house above the entirety of the neighborhood, the epic, muffled, but ever-grating sound of cacophonous, can't even really call it music, emanating through the streets as neighbors walk through the night road going,
Yeah. The burbs.
Yeah.
and that's where we're going to end tonight's episode.
That's when the music teacher brings out his special thermos.
Special thermos, yeah.
We're back. Happy 2020. Missed you guys. We're going to pick this up next Thursday.
I think I burned about 400 calories when Sam said the sprinkle was dead. Dead for 4 weeks.
Eat it! Chest hurts.
Eat it!
We're gonna meet the Tal'Dorei Council, and Jester's gonna step forward and say, "I have brought you a most special arrow."
A boomerang. Holy shit. Something in my brain cracked.
Yep. Oh, it's using Talison's. Oh,
Yeah, that was not okay.
I haven't seen you break on camera like that in a long time.
I can't remember the last time I broke on camera like that.
God.
Oh, that was rough. Man.
Anyway.
Shake it for a while.
Oh my God. Well, we love you guys very much. Have a wonderful week. And is it Thursday yet? Good night. Happy 2020.